This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes.
No way.
From the Aunt and Uncle Studios of Arizona, Mike Perry is calling out Khamzat. No more Robbie Lawler. Khabib Nurmagomedov, the GOAT. Anderson Silva versus Uriah Hall fight week. Let's have a party with the MMA Holes. I gotta move over.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hello, friends. We're here in the Arizona studios of Arizona, Aunt and Uncle style. Check this out. This is the DRS shirt where he shrunk our logo. It's kind of weird, but it's wonderful, wonderful. Look at that, Jesse.
Looks
Very comfy
great,
shirt.
Moss.
The DRS. Thank you, DRS. Pancake logo, and for my pancake titties. How you doing, friends? We have a lot to chat about tonight, Jesse. You pumped? You fired up?
I'm fired up, Moss. Are you fired up?
I'm fired up, Jesse.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Check it out. There's the thumbnail. Threw it together in 5 seconds. Mike Perry was supposed to fight Robbie Lawler, which was a complete un fuego fight. Everyone was pumped up about that. You know, how could that suck? Two guys that like to just bang, bro. And then Robbie apparently is injured. He's not fighting. Khamzat Chimaev is who Mike Perry calls out. Khamzat Chimaev, well, he has a dance partner in Leon Edwards. I don't know if that's official yet, but I love it.
It's been announced. It's not official till they weigh in, but yes, in a way it is official.
Well,
so.
official meaning signed contracts. I don't think anything's been signed. Or has it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
They have a date and everything.
They signed?
Yeah.
When's the date? December? Oh, fuck. If they sign the contracts,
November.
then nah. Then it's probably not going to... Are the contracts signed? I mean, they're saying that it's... Let's see. You should probably check that out before we went live. But that's just too much work for us. So, yeah, Trippin' Hippie says it's
For
signed.
the final 2020 card. So, I would...
Yeah, in December.
December
God
19th.
damn. Would the UFC... See, here's the problem now. If Khamzat says, yes, I take the fight because I want to fight as much as possible.
That was very good.
You like that, Jesse?
Yeah, very good.
If Khamzat takes the fight, it would jeopardize... I mean, it wouldn't make any sense for him to fight Leon Edwards, right? If he loses to Mike Perry, why would he fight the number 3, number 4? Where's Leon sitting at these days? He's at number... Leon.
Come on, Moss.
Leon's at, number 3. So if Mike Perry beats him, then what do you do? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't think my Perry's going to get what he's asking for here.
But wouldn't you... Like, when they mentioned Leon Edwards, I was like, oh, yeah, that's fun. That's a real bump up. But the Mike Perry fight is the fight that made more sense. We were screaming for Mike Perry when Khamzat needed a dance partner.
We're looking for exciting, and I think the UFC is trying to finally put together something that makes a little more sense.
Khamzat versus Perry makes so much sense. So much sense. Two unranked guys battling it out. And you got to think, Robbie Lawler sitting at number 15. You got to think, no matter who wins that fight anyway, they're probably going to bump Robbie out anyway. You know, Perry or Khamzat. Now, either Mike or Khamzat would be in the top 15.
I think they're just looking to get Khamzat up as fast as he can. And they're not going to do that with Mike Perry. They're going to do that with Leon Edwards.
It could be a mistake, though.
But remember, the UFC gave Khamzat 3 fights in a row, 3 cards in a row in Abu Dhabi. Like, these people are looking to push this guy, and they'll do whatever it takes. And Mike Perry is not the guy that Khamzat needs. Leon Edwards is the guy.
Who would win the fight in Perry versus Khamzat?
Khamzat, I would
Yes.
say. Yeah.
So you see a firefight, you see Khamzat win and then crack into the top 15, right? That's when you say, okay, what are we going to do now?
time on another fight when he could fight Leon Edwards and just bounce right up there?
Well, it's not really a waste. I mean, if he beats Mike Perry, it just adds to his
credentials.
Yeah, I was going to say schmegma. Credentials.
What?
I don't know.
Wonderful.
It adds to his credentials, yes.
It does, but it's like a waste of time for Khamzat. Khamzat just wants to get to the top as fast as he can. He's not going to waste any time fighting names that at the end of the day you're not really going to remember.
But even, and I see it like Sonosi or Tio Ganochi says too risky putting Ratlip versus Perry, but it really isn't.
It's not that risky.
Because Mike Perry's not ranked. You know what I'm saying? So if he loses to him, it doesn't matter. He could win another fight and then boom, he's right back in the mix. So it's not risky. If he loses to Leon, like say if he gets smashed, which honestly, Khamzat Chimaev should lose to Leon Edwards. Like he really should. Leon should smoke this man.
Theoretically.
He should.
Lose.
Leon Edwards. Now listen, I want Khamzat to win. I think it'd be hilarious if Khamzat takes out the number 3 guy, unranked, takes him out. But a Leon Edwards fight, I mean, what if Leon just exposes him and just destroys him? He can fight on the ground. He can definitely fight on the feet. Myself seeing Leon is overrated. I severely disagree. And I think you guys are forgetting how good Leon was. Yes, because he got pieced up in the hallway by Jorge Masvidal. That means he's a can, right? No, his last fight was to a champion, Kamaru Usman. And he's a champion for a reason. Kamaru is a beast. And that was how long ago?
I think people think that he's overrated because of how many fights he's dodged over the last few months. That's why I think.
I would love Khamzat Mike Perry. I'm just thinking about Mike Perry's corner with his girlfriend there. Khamzat just looking across the cage. Mike Perry pacing back and forth. It is fire. Khamzat should win that fight. It makes total sense. A lot of people will be going nuts to watch this thing. When is the Perry fight? When was it supposed to happen with Robbie?
That's a good question. I got you right here.
Hook it up. Katy Perry? That's what Two Joints said.
Wonderful.
By the way, we have a new Khamzat donation. We'll see who's going to be the first to tickle that thing. But yeah, I don't want Khamzat to lose. November 21st. Yeah, I mean it's literally like a week later he would fight. Oh God. Hey Leon, do you want to wait a little bit?
And
I'd rather see Khamzat Perry.
They're not gonna wait if Khamzat gets injured. Like they're not gonna risk him getting injured with that short of a window between the fights. So Mike Perry's just got to look somewhere else. This time he's not getting Khamzat.
I want it. I want it so bad. I need this fight to happen somehow. Dana White, is there a way you could push back Leon a little bit more? Leon, can you get hurt or something? Can you do something for me here? I don't know how you would not want to watch.
Knowing Leon Edwards, he always finds a reason not to fight when he has a fight coming up.
Well, I mean, no. Leon, other than what's been happening recently, when he was ready to rock.
He's been very inactive this year.
This is recent, yeah. I kind of want to see that, man. I don't know. I'm so fearful of Khamzat going up and just getting exposed by Leon at 3. I mean, jumping the ranks all the way to 3 may be a big mistake. We've seen it with Darren Till where they like, hey, let's get the path to that title, and then it gets smashed by T-Wood. I'm fearful that the UFC might be getting a little bit ahead of themselves, throwing him against the number 3 fighter. Now, I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. When this was announced, I was besides myself. I'm like, wow, this is great. If Khamzat beats Leon, I mean, he's right there. But there's that logical side of me that's thinking, well, he should be fighting a Mike Perry and creeping into the rankings and just smashing his way up. Let's see what the chat says over here.
Leon hasn't fought in almost 2 years, says Izzy. Myself says I watch all of Leon Edwards' fights and they were all sleepy, boring crap. Well, that doesn't mean he's overrated, though. Just because you got bored doesn't mean he's not a good fighter.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you just might have been tired.
My argument on the risk of Mike Perry is less Khamzat losing but more even he gets medically injured. Why risk it for an injury? UFC wants rather lit fast. Also, I hope Silva gets the retirement W unlike Nog.
That'd be great.
And that's where I was going, was they wouldn't put the risk of injury.
Gonna smash.
For the first time ever.
Gonna smash.
I'm gonna beat everybody.
Here we go, the rat lip.
I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody.
Oh, yes. Finish everybody.
I'm gonna finish everybody.
Smash.
Everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish finish everybody.
I'm gonna smash everybody.
Wow. Wow. Double champ. Thank you.
Love you guys.
We love you, double champ. Well, look, he didn't even waste any time.
I was gonna say, did he go searching for it or?
Double champ jumped on that thing. Thank you very much to the double champ. You are completely wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right. And back to what Sonosi said. Yes, he can get injured.
But they're not gonna risk that window. So the window of time between the Mike Perry fight and the Leon Edwards fight is literally, I think, like 2 or 3 weeks. And if Khamzat gets injured and the doctors put a halt on him for like, say, 14 days or whatever, he's not going to have enough time to not only recover from the injury, but to train for the next fight.
Mm.
So Mike Perry is not getting Khamzat.
God, give me it somehow. Just give me the fight. What fight would you rather see?
For excitement purposes, I think Mike Perry would be more fun.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I think like Mike Perry going with the shit talk and stuff like that, I think that would be fun.
Be great.
Because Leon Edwards can be boring leading up to a fight. But for ranking purposes, I think Leon Edwards is more exciting, for sure. And for challenge purposes, I think Leon Edwards is going to be more challenging.
I'm just fearful of Khamzat losing. Like right off the bat.
But this is what I was talking about. And then you hit the nail right on the head.
I don't want him to lose.
You just said you're fearful of Khamzat losing.
Yeah.
And I said this before. I can't jump on the train until we see him fight top-tier fighters.
I mean,
win.
you're going number 3. You're going unranked to number 3.
This
It's
is a
crazy.
top-tier fighter. If he's so good, let's see him win. Let's see him win.
Man, I feel like we've seen, like I said, with Darren Till, we've seen things happen where people are prematurely pushed.
Yes.
And it's failed. We've seen Bellator do things like this.
He's pretty confident in himself.
Actually, you know what? The UFC usually does a good job with throwing their guys. I mean, well, it didn't work for Sean O'Malley. But most of the time, with these guys that are quote-unquote hype trains, they found ways, like with Izzy. They did a perfect job getting Izzy up to that belt. And now he matured just at the right time. That's what we need from Khamzat. We can't be like, oh, my God, he beat 3 cans. Let's go. Number 3.
That's exactly it. Like, if you look at his previous fighter or his previous opponents, it's not like he's fought high-level guys, and they're going based off the fact that he's a finisher, but he finished not high-level guys.
I just want Khamzat to be unblemished for a while. I want him to slowly creep up there and just smash. I want the legend to build slowly. Right now, I'm just getting a really quick hand job. Like, that's what I'm getting right now. I want a little blue balls with my Khamzat. I like the mystique. I like that. I like how he just slowly rises up the rankings and just smashes people on the way up. Even if he takes a hit, he can just bounce back and take another smash on the way up. If he loses to Leon, everyone's going to be like, stupid UFC. What do you got, a number unranked guy fighting a number 3 guy?
But anyone who's doing that, anyway, if people are going to do that, then they shouldn't have been high on Khamzat in the first place. If he's that good and everyone's like hyping him up and saying that he's the best, then you should not complain if he fucking loses because you were wrong.
Have you forgot about MMA fans? Half of the people in the chat.
That's extremely hypocritical.
Whoa, welcome to the MMA fan world. We're all hypocrites over here. It's the goddamn truth. Half the people in the chat are like, make him fight the number 3 Leon Edwards. That's the fight to make. They will literally flip their opinion if Khamzat gets destroyed. If Khamzat gets destroyed, UFC was too fucking quick, man. Tweet. Too quick. UFC, Dana White, you're a fucking idiot. Who's your matchmakers? You're making an unranked guy fight Leon Edwards? Look, you just ruined everything. It's the same fucking, it's the same idiots that say make the fight happen, or the same idiots that are going to be like, too fucking fast. God damn. Have you learned how the MMA fans have worked? We're on the train. If the train burns down, I'm going to burn everything around it down as well. That's how it works. Let's all take a step back. If they sign the contract, there's nothing we can do. They got to fight, right? Well, the UFC can do whatever the fuck they want. If that fight somehow happens, that's the right route. That's the way to go. Couple more comments from the chat and we'll move on. We'll get into that story and then move on.
Here's the thing, Moss. You're not going to know if something happens to Leon Edwards leading up to the Mike Perry fight because Mike Perry's fight is before the Edwards fight. So anything can happen. Yeah. You understand?
But I fight people 1 week and I'm prepared. I win the next week as well. All I do is smash.
You're getting very good at that, Moss.
I know. I'm channeling my inner Khamzat. That's what he does, Jesse. He's a professional.
Very good.
The man, look at the guy's face. He's got this cleft lip going on over here. He could probably have gotten that fixed. Doesn't care. He's a goddamn James Bond villain. This man is put on this earth to smash. But not the number 3 guy, right? Yeah, a little too quick.
All right, let's see the chat. Happy Day says MMA fans are like goldfish. They would praise a fighter 1 minute or trash them next.
Look at the Sean O'Malley fans. I mean,
Khabib
they
would have lost. Imagine what people would be saying.
It's crazy. Other than RX, everyone else has leaped off that train. No one's talking about Sean O'Malley anymore. Besides RX.
But listen, and that one I have to say is I don't think that's really a result of MMA fans flipping. That's a result of losing respect for an MMA fighter. Like, there have been times, like Darren Till, for instance. I was high on the Darren Till train. I never left, even when he started losing. I still love the guy. I still will always root for him. Blah,
he's
blah.
clever, though. He's clever with his marketing. He does a great job.
So, but here's the thing. When Sean O'Malley lost, and I was on the Sean O'Malley train, and I'm one of the ones who jumped off, but not because he lost. I was still on the Sean O'Malley train after he lost. It wasn't until all the fucking bullshit he tried to pull, making excuses for his loss, and trying to say that he was still undefeated and all this shit, that made me lose respect for him.
But I noticed with Sean O'Malley, you were holding on to that safety, that handrail.
There was a lot of things,
but your fingers were slipping off before the fight even happened. I saw it. I saw your fingers just slipping off.
There were a lot of things that he was doing leading up to the fight that made you, kind of cringe and really question whether or not you're a serious fan. And it was his behavior after the fight that caused a lot of people to jump off. I don't think that was hypocritical fans going, "Oh, well, he lost, let's jump off the train." It was his behavior. It was the fact that he lost respect from fans.
He's still young and he's extremely immature.
That's one that I'm going to have to say was not a hypocritical loss.
For a professional fighter, he handled it all wrong. Although he doesn't give a fuck because he is making a ton off of his merch.
And fair. If he doesn't give a fuck, good for him. But the fans gave a fuck.
Yeah, he's got, he's a typical kid that made it into the UFC, but he already has, he kind of doesn't need, he's making more money outside of the UFC with his podcast and his clothing line and his gaming and all that stuff. So he has other avenues that he can fall back on and complain, and there are people that are going to be loyal to him. So he's good. I think he'll eventually pull himself together, though. I feel within a couple of years he'll hopefully mature, and he's skilled. He's just gotta pull it together, or maybe he's just gonna be a brat. I have no idea.
The hypocritical fans are more like when Darren Till lost, the people who jumped off the Till train, who were really high on him. I think those are more like the hypocritical fans. Paulo Costa, a lot of people jumped off of Paulo Costa after he lost.
Well, Paulo Costa, another one. I mean, he went from this undefeated specimen of a human being to
getting knocked the
fuck out. A crybaby. He literally is like, "You don't do that to me. You don't fuck me in the ass afterward. I want a rematch now. I want to kill
he wanted
you.
To be respected.
You don't fuck me in the ass after fight. I'm coming for you. I can't believe you fucked me in my ass." Yeah, I would jump off that train too because he went from unbeatable specimen to that.
Did people jump off the Rousey train when she lost to Holly Holm?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So there's another example.
But that was Rousey's fault too, though. Rousey handled it like a goddamn baby.
But that's what happens a lot of times. These undefeated fighters who are so used to being the best, and then they lose, and they realize the level of disappointment in their fans. They turn into like they can't handle it. It's bizarre.
A fighter is only as good as how he handles a loss. And if you're Khabib, you don't have to handle a loss. He handled his last win like a loss. It's crazy. But if you are respectful, even when you lose, you're humbled. It makes you become human. You're more relatable. And I think that's how these fighters, you won't jump off a bandwagon of a guy or a gal that's completely humble. And most of these fighters are humble. For the most part, they are very humble in defeat.
You know who does that well? It's Conor McGregor.
Of course, yeah. I mean,
he's humble in defeat, so you don't really see his fans flying off.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
When he loses.
Say whatever you want about the guy. The problem with Conor is his antics outside of the cage.
Yeah.
Now, Jon Jones, we haven't seen him lose. We're not sure. We've seen him be humble.
I guarantee.
And then on the next fucking 5 seconds,
if Jon Jones lost, I guarantee the guy gets salty. I guarantee it.
Probably.
I can almost put money on it that he does not handle it humbly.
Well, who knows? We got to see him lose first. Who Who else? Luke Rockhold was a guy. I was on his training strike force. He came into the UFC. I was
Wait,
like,
he didn't
yeah,
handle.
man.
He was a weirdo.
He handled the Vitor loss like he was just crying about this thing, getting that rematch, and then he turned into this complete diva. And it's just like, how do you root for a guy like that? It doesn't make sense. I guess in everything, no matter what, people just ruin it for themselves. You know, that's how it is.
Self-sabotage.
Yeah, it sucks, man. You got this beautiful stage, you got this spotlight, you got all this attention, and then you just blow it. We see it all the time with these athletes. Like, it's just crazy, man. Like, and then we see, but you know what? Most of the time, I have to say this, most UFC fighters are very tolerable. Like, they win or lose are likable for the most part. They are humble. They're beasts inside the cage. You can relate to these fighters. Even if you don't relate to the fighter, you know they're a good person. Yeah, but there is a handful that you just want to fucking bash your head in.
But Stipe did not handle his loss to DC well.
You know who didn't handle a win very well? The LA Dodger fans. What in the holy hell was going on last night? I literally stayed up until like 2 a.m, Arizona time. And I could not fucking believe. I know it's been a while since the Dodgers won, but what the fuck? Did you guys see that? What in the holy hell was going on last night? I mean, the
just
fucking
look for an excuse to go out and ruin everything.
Hey, my team won. Let's start looting. Yeah, woo! Let's spray paint everything and fucking destroy. Like, it was just nuts, man.
Your own city.
I
You're
can't.
proud of your city for winning their sports team, and then you go and destroy your city.
What's going on, man? The big cities. What's going on? It's just crazy. It's crazy. At least with the UFC. I mean, are we going to see... We see people dancing in the streets, but we won't see anything like that.
At this point, people will look for any reason to go out and destroy things.
It's crazy. I'm so happy I want to destroy where I live. I am so besides myself that I want to bash the window of that store down the block and take everything out of there. Celebrate. Ha I was watching this last night and I wanted to vomit all over myself. I couldn't fucking believe this. Yeah, Philly's going crazy. What's up with Philly?
Yeah, Philly is... my friend is from Philly. She said she was embarrassed to say that she's even from there because of what's going on.
Do you think anyone in this chat... I mean, we got 176 watching. Is it anyone in this chat? I have to ask you. Were you out in the streets in Los Angeles running around like a fucking idiot destroying things? Now, if you're running around with a flag celebrating, hell yeah, man. All my teams have won. I've been very lucky. I've been able to celebrate all my team's wins and run around and scream and yell and hoot and holler. Did I just say hoot and holler?
That old man is coming
Hoot
out.
and holler out there. And I never destroyed anything. Like, what the fuck, man? Did anyone just, like, I want to know what the hell was going through your head if you were out there doing that shit. Like,
obviously nothing goes through their head. It's air between their ears, Moss.
Dude, they're fucking smashing into the Nike store, running out with a bunch of sneakers that probably don't even fit. 2 different size sneakers, just running down the block. I saw a guy run out of a 7-Eleven with a cash register. What the fuck is going on, man? The fuck? What the hell's going on with this world?
So fucking stupid.
Anyway. Oh, here we go. Eliza says I stole a couple of flat screens last night. The Dodgers won. Let's get a TV. It's on the arm. All right, let's move on. Let's get into that story, the Khamzat versus Perry, which is probably not going to happen, but
so
interesting.
As you know, Robbie Lawler pulled out.
Oh shit! Hold on a second. Choo choo!
I'm gonna beat everybody.
I'm gonna beat everybody, baby.
I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody.
I'm gonna smash
What?
everybody.
I'm gonna smash everybody. I just want to do an Indian dance. I don't know why.
That was bad. The fans celebrating. They've been to get sent to prison. They will learn the hard way.
Tell
What
me
about Tampa Court to pull Snell? Wow, lol.
What happened? Tampa
Call to pull Snell.
pull Snell. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, it was a little. I don't know what the fuck was going on with that. Anyway, thank you, Roberto. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on with this world. By the way, one of the kids ran out of, what was it, a Walgreens? I was watching the kid run out of a Walgreens, and the cops caught him there. He had a bunch of shit in his hands. They stopped him. The kid dropped the shit, and they just let him go. I think because the jails are so fucking full, why
you gotta
fill it with a
think,
bunch of knuckleheads?
How many people are in LA? And if they were to arrest everybody for rioting and looting, they'd have no room to put them.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's like, all right, just make sure they don't steal anything.
God, I imagine being a cop these days. It's fucking crazy, man. You gotta deal with all those crazy. Like I'm watching them shoot those bags, those sandbags at people. Boom, boom. They're bouncing off fucking people's heads as people are on skateboards with their cell phones out, throwing bricks through windows. Yeah, the Dodgers won. Come on, boys. Let's go get some iPods.
So stupid.
I don't know. Do they even have iPods anymore? They don't need them, right? You got phones. No. Okay.
So Robbie Lawler pulled out due to an injury, and then Mike Perry tweeted and Ariel Helwani retweeted it, saying, "Confirmed the much anticipated Perry versus Lawler fight is off. Lawler withdrew for undisclosed reasons. UFC searching for a replacement for Perry." And then Perry tweeted out, "So ruthless Robbie Lawler pulled out due to injury. Looking for a replacement. I asked for Chimaev, and we can do it at middleweight." And then he tagged UFC and first round management.
Wait, he's saying we could do it at middleweight?
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, Perry always, for some reason, has a tough time hitting that 170.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like a big dude. Like he's got muscle on him.
I mean, I don't think Perry's thinking rationally.
This is great, man.
He's just looking for an exciting fight.
Wait, Mike Perry, Khamzat at middleweight.
That's what he says.
Oh boy. Well, Khamzat won't have to worry about cutting, right?
I don't fucking know, Moss.
I still want to see it. I don't care. I need it to happen. So the UFC's probably not going to budge. What are they going to do? Are they going to yank it? Were they the main event for that card?
Was that the main event?
I don't know. That's why I asked you.
No, I don't know.
What night was it?
November 21st, I think.
Man,
I'm not
how do you not
mistaken.
like Mike Perry? He's a fucking nut job. He's out of his mind. November, would you say 7th?
21st, I think.
21st. Okay, so is this card here?
Yeah. So no, that's not the
Oh,
main
it's a
event.
pay-per-view, isn't it?
No.
No? It's not a
maybe
pay-per-view?
it is.
What's going on here?
Maybe it is.
What's up with this website?
Oh yeah, it is. Yes, it's pay-per-view.
So you don't have to force anything together. You have 2 title fights on this thing. You don't really have to force
UFC
anything.
255.
Wow, could you imagine if they threw Khamzat and Perry on this thing? That makes it a lot interesting.
Stop with Khamzat. He's not going to be on this card.
Yeah, come on, let's go, Khamzat.
He's going to be on the last pay-per-view.
Get him on. Oh, this is great. Imagine 2 pay-per-views. Think about this, Jesse. 2 pay-per-views in a row to end the year with a Khamzat on the
They
card.
are not going to do that. It doesn't make any sense, and it's too much of a risk.
No, it's great.
It's an injury risk.
My boy Royville's fighting. I like this kid. He may look like a guppy to you, but the kid is a beast, and he's fighting Moreno, who's tough. Flyweight. This fight's probably the best fight on the card. It's a good scrap. Listen, Shevchenko's going to put me to sleep. I don't care what anyone says about Shevchenko. I know she's great, but she puts me to sleep. Figueiredo's good. Alex Perez, I don't know about that as a main event, but whatever. Yeah, put Perry and Khamzat and make it the main event.
Stop with Khamzat.
Make it the main event. Make it a 5-round main event at middleweight. Why can't I just get this? Why
not
can't
gonna happen.
Why can't they just do this for me?
It's not going to happen, Moss.
Well, listen, I'm going to pray tonight. I'm going to say a prayer. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get on my knees tonight and pray. I know you guys, when you're thinking, oh, get on your knees, you're going to suck some dick. No, I'm not going to suck the UFC's dick. But if I have to, I will. I'm going to pray for Khamzat versus Perry to be thrown on this card. Let's all pray. You want to pray to Allah?
Moss.
We sucking dick or we praying? Let's get this. Come on, Khamzat, two pay-per-views in a row. Let's go, baby. I need some smesh in my life.
So there's that. There's not really like the biggest story on it, but that's just
All right.
That's what that is. So
all right, let's
everyone's
leave
up to
this
date.
then. We've spent 30 minutes on it. I guess we can stop.
Khabib Nurmagomedov
You guys ready to suck some dick with me or what?
made the #1 pound-for-pound ranking as the UFC GOAT.
Wonderful.
According to MMA Fighting's Damon Martin,
Number one bullshit.
Khabib Nurmagomedov knows very few fighters get to walk away on top. Across all combat sports, the list of athletes who have retired while holding a major championship, much less calling it a career while undefeated to razor thin. Following a second-round submission to Justin Gaethje in UFC 254's main event, Nurmagomedov announced his retirement with the perfect 29-0 record while still reigning as the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. The only thing left he wanted to accomplish was to take over the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the sport. That wish was granted on Tuesday when the UFC released its new rankings. From the undefeated Russian is sitting at the top after knocking Jon Jones out of his previously held spot. It doesn't get much better than that, and it's a fact not lost on Nurmagomedov after hearing so many cries that he should continue to fight.
This was basically a pity number 1 spot, Jesse. I'm just going to go out there and say this. Because if he retired, isn't the pound for pound rankings basically for active fighters?
Yeah, it's based off of like active fighters in their last fight. So
is it going to be on here for 2 weeks?
So it'll be on there until Jon Jones fights again, pretty much. Jon Jones will fight again, probably at heavyweight, and so long as he wins, he's just going to get the spot back. So
what if Izzy? So this is kind of interesting. So say Izzy squeezes another one in you, right? He fights Bobby.
He can maybe move up to 2. I don't think they're going to put him at number 1 yet.
You think so? You think they'll keep Khabib there, and they're just going to wait for Bones to get?
Yeah.
If Izzy, what about this? I'm trying to throw something weird at you.
Izzy's not fighting again this year.
What if Izzy fights Blachowicz?
What?
And takes the lightweight belt.
He's not doing it for the lightweight belt. This is what you're missing, Moss. The only
what
reason
if
he would move up to lightweight, he said, or light heavyweight, he said, is for Jon Jones. He's not going up there to fight anybody else.
Hear me out. Just hear me out. Now you have Robert Whittaker who won, who looks great, but Izzy beat him already. Cannonier seemed like the guy that the UFC really wanted to happen. Paulo Costa got his ass ramped. And Hermansson's dancing with Till.
Robert Whittaker's going to get his rematch.
He should, and I'm looking forward to that. But what if the UFC says this? Okay, you know what? Let's have a little fun here. Let's really stick it to Jon Jones. We're going to make Miocic versus Ngannou for March. Ngannou says he's going to wait. He's going to fight Miocic for that strap. They're going to run that thing back. And Jon Jones is sitting in limbo. So wouldn't it be such a fucking boss move by Adesanya to say, hey, I don't want to fight Jones. I want the lightweight strap. I'll fight Blachowicz.
That's not going to happen. Izzy doesn't care about the light heavyweight strap. He cares about fighting Jon Jones at light heavyweight.
Listen to this boy over here, the mystical one. Wouldn't it be such a slap in the face to Bones?
It would be a cool move, but it would be too dangerous of a move for Izzy. And Izzy knows that. He even said there are members at light heavyweight that he knows would be a tough challenge for him. He's not going to take that risk right now. He's going to give Whittaker his rematch at middleweight. He'll probably take one more contender at middleweight. And if Jon Jones decides to go back down to light heavyweight and reclaim his belt from Jan Blachowicz, Izzy will move up and fight Jon Jones. That is the only way you're getting Izzy at light heavyweight.
Israel Adesanya. Look at me. Look into my honky eyes. I see things that work out great. I see Khamzat fighting 2 more times before the year is up.
You're delusional.
I want to see you fight Blachowicz and really stick it to Bones. I think it'd be hysterical. Because then what the hell does Jon do? Does he just keep on gaining weight and waiting for the winner of Ngannou versus Stipe? That's in March. We might not see Jon Jones until like next summer or something. Could you imagine? If Adesanya.
I couldn't imagine.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Would you... All right, let me ask you a question. Since you're the Adesanya fan, would you rather see him fight Robert Whittaker again, or would you rather see him go for that light heavyweight strap, Blachowicz? What would you rather see as an Adesanya fan?
As a logical fan, I'd rather see him stay at middleweight because I get nervous for him at light heavyweight.
But as an actual fan, you said a logical fan. Just be a fan.
As an actual fan, I would be nervous for him at light heavyweight against Jan.
But you wouldn't want to see it?
If I was 100% confident that he would win, yes. But I'm nervous for him at light heavyweight. I don't know. I have never seen him at light heavyweight before. I don't know. I would have to see him there.
Arioka says Izzy has no shot against Jones. And I'm kind of with you, Arioka.
Yes, he definitely does.
I think Jones wins. What if Izzy realizes, maybe I don't have a shot against Jones, but I think I could beat that Blachowicz guy?
What if he does? Then there's more contenders at light heavyweight. He would have to either choose to vacate the belt or continue to defend.
What if he takes the light heavyweight belt, bounces back to middle?
There's a lot of light heavyweight contenders who would be a huge challenge for Adesanya, including Jon Jones.
Izzy goes up to light heavyweight, takes a strap from Blachowicz, comes back down to middleweight and dances again at middleweight. Then Jon Jones runs his mouth, and Izzy's like, well, I moved up way quicker than you, took the belt, and came back and defended.
He wouldn't be able to do that because even if he did go up, he fought Blachowicz, won, and then got the title. There's only a certain amount of time he has to defend before he has to vacate, and the UFC will instill that. Even if he's holding the title at middleweight, he can go back down to middleweight and defend over there, but eventually he's going to have to go back up to light heavy and defend again, whether it's Jon Jones or not.
Who wins in a fight, Blachowicz or Adesanya?
I want to say Adesanya.
So why don't you want to see that fight?
Because it makes me nervous.
Adesanya beats Blachowicz.
Okay.
And I picked Blachowicz over Reyes. But I think Adesanya beats Blachowicz. I said it. What are you going to do? I think he's smart. I think he's fast. I think he's the better striker. And if Blachowicz tries to lock him up, he's not going to get close to him. I think Adesanya could pick him apart.
Adesanya can pick anyone apart. I'm more worried about the weight being the difference.
I say he goes up to light heavy. That'd be great, man. That'd be so great. It would literally be such a slap in the face going up, taking that vacated belt from, Jones sitting around, go back to middleweight and say, nah, you know what? Maybe I don't want to fight you, John.
Well,
I think it would be a boss move, man.
He's not going to do that. Wait, listen, he can't do that. Understand, Jon Jones is still in the light heavyweight rankings. So all Jon Jones has to do is say, I'm still fighting at light heavy. I want to fight for the belt. And the UFC is definitely going to give it to him because he's a former title holder. And he's still so high up on the rankings in the light heavyweight division. Like, it would be stupid for them not to put that together. So Izzy can't just be like, oh, I don't want to fight. It's not going to work that way.
What do you mean I don't want to fight? What are you talking about?
Not Jon Jones.
What?
If Izzy decided to grab the light heavyweight title and
then
go back down to
and defend.
middleweight.
He could do that.
And defend, it would only be a matter of time before the UFC tells Izzy, listen, you got to defend at light heavy or you're getting vacated from the
Well, he
belt.
could say, all right, I'll vacate it.
But what would be the purpose of him going up and getting in the first place if it weren't for Jon Jones?
It's better to vacate a belt like Jon Jones did than to lose the belt.
I understand, but it doesn't make any sense.
And just chills at middleweight and just knocks everyone off.
It's like a useless move. If he's not going to go up there for Jon Jones, it's useless.
Listen, I'm speaking for the fans here. I'm saying the fights that everyone wants to see. Of course, people want to see Adesanya versus Jones. Apparently, it's not happening. It's not happening anytime soon.
No, it's not happening. It's just not happening this year.
It's not happening anytime soon. It sounds like Jon Jones will fight at heavyweight. And what is Izzy going to do? Just run around and just beat up on the middleweights and wait for Jon Jones? Izzy is almost Jon Jones' age. People forget this. Izzy's what, a year younger?
A completely different weight class.
I say Izzy takes that light heavyweight belt, goes down to middleweight, hangs out over there, just smashes everyone at middleweight, and then calls it a career.
Listen,
he doesn't even have to fight Jones and could be the best of all time.
Izzy can fight Whitaker one more time. Izzy can defend at middleweight after Whitaker one more time before he even decides to move up to light heavy, Moss. And then when he does move up to light heavy, I guarantee Jon Jones will be ready for him. I have no doubt Jon Jones.
But if you're Israel Adesanya, you can actually blow past him as a goat by just defending at middleweight, going up and snatching the light heavyweight against the guy that he probably could beat, and then going back down. If you fight Jon Jones, and Jon Jones, who is the greatest of all time, destroys you, how does that look for Israel? Doesn't look very good.
At light heavyweight, it doesn't look bad. It's at a weight class. It's not
at
even
any
his
weight class. At light heavy, at heavyweight, it doesn't look good. And it's risky.
If Israel Adesanya moves up to light heavy, it's easy to say, oh, well, he was at an uncomfortable weight class.
Okay. Well, most likely we're going to see Izzy versus Bobby.
Yes, we will
the rematch,
absolutely see
most
that.
likely.
Yeah.
But I just think it would be a G move. Going up, snatching that light heavyweight from Blachowicz and going back down and saying, hey, have fun up there. I think it'd be cool.
But will it happen?
Well, we'll see. Jesse?
Is he?
We moved from Khabib, but yeah, Khabib will be there until people fight again.
Speaking about Khabib and Jon Jones had a lot to say about Khabib taking his spot.
Yeah, he was very active on this. And listen, my theory was confirmed. The guy is, yes, he is competitive. He wants to be the pound for pound guy.
Moss.
But this man was clearly trolling the internet.
He got booted from the #1 pound for pound spot. He was not trolling.
Jesse, do you think this man gives a fuck?
Yes.
He's trolling.
Absolutely. He worked hard for that spot. 100% he cares.
You don't get it, man.
Man,
you don't get it.
Giving him
It's called
too much
master
credit.
marketing here.
We've seen Jon Jones get triggered a million times before.
He is staying relevant. He's staying relevant,
Moss,
for God's sakes.
We have seen him get triggered before. You don't think he would have gotten triggered by being booted out of the #1 pound for pound ranking list?
Jon Jones, like KC says, is retired. So what is he doing? He's keeping his name in the fucking news.
He's not retired.
Oh, my God.
He is not. He vacated the light heavy and said he was moving up to the heavyweight division.
Listen.
He is not retired.
John, I get it. Okay?
Oh, God.
And if I had balls enough to step in the cage and be a massive superstar like you
love
I would
too
do the
much.
same fucking
Get
thing.
off his nuts,
I would
Moss.
troll the shit out of people like Jesse.
Oh, God.
The black fist on your shirt is dope. Is that Derek Lewis? Maybe Francis Ngannou?
Yes.
Jon Jones? Adesanya? Yeah, whoever. I want one.
There you go. Thank you, D-Rest. Appreciate
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you. Yes. All right, so people are saying he's not trolling. Listen, I've been doing this for 4 years. Okay? I am smart enough to realize when people are marketing. Now, listen,
Moss.
now to say Jon Jones is not narcissistic, yes, the man is narcissistic.
It's not even about
for sure.
narcissism. This is simply about
It's a blend.
his pride and his ego getting shattered because he got
my
moved
God,
off
shattered.
the
Do you think
number
this guy
one
gives a
pound-for-pound
fuck?
spot by a guy who
Oh
has
my God.
defended far less than he ever has.
This dude, did you see him waltzing around his mansion making that
Moss.
video? He's just rubbing it into people like yours' faces.
Rubbing
Like,
what in? He
because-
got kicked off the number one spot?
but
What's
you
he got
are
to rub
getting,
in?
you're getting riled up.
It's not about getting riled up. It's
And
about
he is just laughing his
knocking
ass to the
some
bank.
sense into you, instilling it into your skull
Oh my God.
that this guy gets triggered easily, and you're giving him way too much credit. You think like he's this like god.
He's not
who
that
just
stupid, man.
fucking never gets triggered. But like if you worked that hard in your career and made the number one pound for pound ranking, and then you get booted off, would that
about,
not
okay,
bother you?
What about what Conor does?
Would that not bother you? Answer my question.
What's the question?
See, you weren't listening. If you worked your whole life and you put in a lot of dedication and hard work to make that number one pound for pound spot, and you get booted off by a guy who has only defended 4 times, would that not bother you?
Who are you asking this question
Would
to?
it
Me?
bother you?
Because you know me.
To you.
Am I not narcissistic?
Would it bother you?
Do I not have an ego? Am
He's
I not a
narcissistic,
troll?
so
Am I
you're
not
just
a,
like him.
But am I not a troll?
So would it bother you?
No. Of course. Wait, hold on. Let me
You're
put it this
such
way.
a
Let me put it this.
liar.
Yes, it would bother me, but I would troll to keep my name in the
no.
fucking news.
There would be some truth in that trolling,
Oh my
Moss.
God, guys, listen.
Oh
Unfortunately,
my
I
God.
can relate to what he's doing here.
Oh,
I get
God.
it. I troll incessantly.
Stop.
Even if I don't believe in something, I troll like fucking crazy to get people yapping, to get people talking, to get people
my
sharing and
God.
fucking disliking or whatever. Whatever people are doing, I want to fucking troll. That is what Jon Jones is doing. Right now, he gave up his belt. He is gaining weight to be a heavyweight. He is in limbo right now.
Whew. All right, let me read
We
the
would not
story.
be talking about Jon Jones unless he was trolling.
He's not, Moss. But let me read the story.
My
All right.
God, this game is too easy. You guys are falling into his trap.
All right, Moss. Jon Jones rips Khabib Nurmagomedov, taking his top spot in UFC pound-for-pound rankings, starting with...
This is number one bullshit.
According to Damon Martin of MMA Fighting, Jon Jones has a lot of problems with the adoration being shown to Khabib Nurmagomedov in the wake of his victory over Justin Gaethje at UFC 254. While the former UFC light heavyweight champion praised Nurmagomedov following the announcement that he was retiring from the sport, he later took aim at the undefeated Russian after he began vying for the top spot in the UFC's pound-for-pound rankings. In fact, Khabib made a very public plea during his retirement speech that he wanted to earn that number one ranking after moving to his record to 29-0 while only losing 2 total rounds during his entire UFC career. Meanwhile, Jones has occupied that number one position for the majority of the time since the UFC first introduced those rankings in 2013, and obviously he's not ready to just give it up. Jones wrote on Twitter, "This is number one bullshit," and then he retweeted, "Undefeated, undisputed, unmatched" by the UFC, where they had moved Khabib up. Over the past few days, Jones has continued to criticize anybody putting Khabib ahead of him on the pound-for-pound list, much less that debated greatest of all-time argument. Jones has pointed out to his decade of dominance in the UFC, which has included the most wins in title fights in the promotion, 14, the most wins in light heavyweight title fights, 14, the most successful title defenses in light heavyweight, 11, while also taking out 6 former champions along the way. He just doesn't understand how Khabib Nurmagomedov, with 13 total fights in the UFC and just 3 title defenses of his lightweight championship, stands up in comparison. So he tweeted out, "Unanimous decision over last-minute replacement Al Iaquinta to become champion. Conor McGregor is the only opponent he's ever had that the general public actually knew. Catapulted my man to becoming the best ever. This is hilarious." Considering Khabib has already announced his retirement, his spot to the top of the pound-for-pound rankings will probably be short-lived, unless the reigning UFC lightweight champion opts to remain on the active roster for the time being. As far as the debate over the GOAT, Jon Jones will likely have to continue that argument for some time, especially if Khabib has already looked or closed the final chapter of his career. That said, Jones is expected to move to heavyweight for his next fight, which means he could certainly sway the court of public opinion back to his favor rather quickly if he picks up some impressive wins or adds another championship to his resume.
Okay. So, I had an argument with someone on, not an argument, it was, Twitter's not really about arguments, it's about debates, right? I had a conversation, a debate with a gentleman on Twitter And basically, this is what I've been saying before. Jon Jones is the GOAT. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I really don't. I also think, listen, the steroid era, if you're busted for steroids and everyone else is on steroids, who gives a fuck? You know? Because if you can't count what Jon Jones did during the steroid era or Anderson Silva did, then how do you count what everyone else did? It just doesn't make any sense. It's kind of like, what do we just black that out? My problem, though, is when we're talking pound for pound greatest and someone throws steroids out at you, it has to be a knock. Like there's no way around it. I have to accept that the man cheated. As much as I think Jon Jones is the GOAT, and he played the game, he did the steroids, he did whatever the fuck he was doing, the picograms, whatever the hell you want to call it, he did cheat. The fact that he did that, and if someone tries to debate with me about Jon Jones being the GOAT, well, I have to kind of bend over and let him fuck me in the ass. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I could say. Jon Jones cheated. But to me, he is the GOAT. Anderson Silva, in fact, I don't know. We're kind of like right there.
Cheated.
There's nothing I can say. So this guy online was going back and forth with me, and he had Jon Jones's cock so far in his mouth. The balls were hitting his chin. It was crazy, man. I don't even want to show his tweet because I would like to show his tweet, but I've showed certain people's tweets before and they fucking try to hit us with strikes and shit like that. So maybe this guy could be a cunt.
If it's
I have
a
no
public
idea.
tweet, it's public.
I got in trouble with the the beginning
Zane
days.
Simon?
The Zane days, yeah.
Yeah,
and it wasn't Zane.
It wasn't
No, it wasn't Zane. It was an actual just regular Twitter account that just hated me.
And then what did Zane do? He realized he was in the wrong and had to make his account private.
I'm not going to give him his 2 seconds of fame.
He's retarded.
I complimented him for his I don't know what I complimented him for something, but anyway, go to at the MMA Holes. You can see the interaction with tweets and replies. The thing that I'm saying here is, as much as I think Jon Jones is the GOAT and Khabib, listen, they're just doing it to be nice. Khabib is not the pound for pound GOAT. It's Jon Jones. If Jon Jones is on the list, if he's sitting on that list, and if you can count,
well, now he is the pound for pound GOAT.
If you can count Jon Jones's credentials, steroids or not, if he is sitting on that list, he should be the GOAT. But if we're having this conversation right now, right, and we're saying legitimately, who is the pound for pound GOAT? You got to talk about your GSPs. You got to talk about your Mighty Mouse. I know people hate when I bring up Mighty Mouse, but he's there. These are guys you have to talk about. Guys that were clean. Khabib, you throw there. I don't think there's enough evidence. I don't think there's enough 3 title defenses opposed to some of these other guys that have freaking pages of title defenses. But steroids is a thing. All the Jon Jones fans out there, I'm with you. I think Jon's the GOAT. But as soon as the opposing side says steroids, what are we going to say? Now, when we're talking about UFC pound for pound rankings, apparently steroids is not part of the deal. If we're just talking about on paper right now, you look over here.
You're so adamant about this.
About the pound for pound rankings. They are just throwing Khabib and his fans a bone right now because it was an emotional moment.
Get the fuck out of
listen,
here.
I may be the bad guy, but Jon Jones should still be number 1.
Listen,
Khabib's
Jon Jones has to do 1 fight. That's all he has to do. He has to give 1 fight in 2021, and he bounces his ass back up to the number 1 spot.
Jesse, you know his resume. And we're talking about this list. Clearly,
just can't give it
they
to
don't
him.
give a fuck about steroids, this list. The UFC does not give a fuck about steroids. This pound for pound list, and keep in mind, Khabib's retired. He's gone. Jon Jones apparently is training and getting ready for the heavyweight.
But that's what I'm saying. All he has to do is fight once, and he's back in the number 1 spot. So what the fuck is the problem?
This is a gift. This is a tribute to Khabib. Now, with Jones, the reason why I say Jones is trolling is because Jones is very aware of this. He just wants to keep his name in the news. Jones is just being a fucking troll.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see what the chat says.
I think you're buying a little too much.
And I like Khabib. Don't get me wrong. I like Khabib. I think the guy's a fucking legend. The way he went out was fucking... I started getting choked up. I'm just being real. I'm real,
Marcel
motherfucker.
says Jones is training for a non-existent fight that will never happen. Uncle Champ says, I think Moss is correct. West Coast Cali. I think Khabib beats Jones at 205 pounds. S says his resume is a druggist cheated to win. Gio the uncle says Lobov. Izzy says Jones is trash. Scott says Khabib has like 6 legit wins. Look at his first 15 fights. He was fighting plumbers. Arioka says Chael Sonnen is the only undisputed champ who never lost and used steroids.
Wonderful.
Moronic Emergency says Volkanovski is garbage and shouldn't be number 6. Uncle Marker, I got no sound. Sean Har says, if roids were a problem, Jones would not be in the pound-for-pound mix. Zorro says GSP fought for the title on his 4th UFC fight, but Khabib fought for the title on his 10th UFC fight, so he should have 9 title defenses, not 3. Wait a minute.
Listen.
Wait.
All right. Go ahead. Handle it.
GSP... what? Wait a
I don't
minute.
know. I don't know what he's trying to
Can
say.
you elaborate?
I don't know. Apparently
that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's okay.
What else you need for that baby, says Lil D. There's a link in the description for anyone who wants to get the baby some gifts. There is a link in the description. We have some gifts here that we'll open at the end of the show.
Let me repeat myself because I think there's a language barrier, okay? I think Khabib Nurmagomedov is a legend of the sport. I really do. People will speak about this man for a long time. A class act, Khabib Nurmagomedov. And went out the best way you could possibly go out. Just dominated his last 3 title defenses. If this man kept going, he can be, no argument, pound for pound the greatest. Leaving us all questioning is kind of adds to his mystique. Look at the list. John is on it. If the UFC is keeping a steroid man on this list, there is nothing we can say. This is the UFC list, and this is what I'm going with. Now, if we're on the street or we're just arguing on the podcast. All right. I don't know if I saved it. That would have been a tough one. Oh, I did save it. Holy shit.
Ta-da.
Okay, so we have some serious problems with this software. Jesus Christ. Look at this. Ah! Oh!
Well, it goes again, Mom.
All right. Well, I'll be staying up late tonight and fixing this. This is a mess, man.
Well, at least you saved it.
Oh, this is a problem. All right. We had a good conversation going. We'll keep the conversation going.
All right.
It's a fucking pain in my ass, man.
But you saved it, Moss. Everyone give Moss a round of applause in the chat.
God.
He saved the stream. He just has to plug and place a few things here.
Oh, that's a mess, man.
Good job, Mystic Moss. You're
It's like, I feel like, I feel like every time that happens, I feel like I'm a surgeon and the patient died on me. And I need to fucking, I need to clear. That's what it feels like. And I'm fucking stressed out. What is that, man?
If your stream did get, I know the stream got saved, but for some reason it always goes to a lower quality. So if your guys' stream is blurry, at the bottom right of your screen, just click the settings and change your quality back up to 1080. Sometimes whenever the buffer happens, the quality.
What a mess, man.
Quality gets a little worse.
What a mess.
Easily fixable, guys.
Let's see if this is fixed. Hey, okay. Well, for the most part, we're fixed. All right. So anyway, we had a good conversation going. Jon Jones, Khabib. Yeah. So the point I was making before this thing completely crashed. A good catch by Jess. I didn't even see it.
I'm on it.
Like I said, if we were to debate on this podcast, wow, that worked.
Wonderful.
Hell yeah, baby.
That fist. Is it Daniel Cormier, Kamaru Usman, Anthony Johnson, Rampage Jackson, Black Fist shirt? Yeah, baby. MMA-HOLES.
Thank you, Black Power. Yeah. So basically, if we were having a debate about Jon Jones being pound for pound GOAT, if we're talking about it here, we're talking about it in the street, wherever. Yes, I'm gonna keep going with you and saying, hey man, he's the GOAT. You throw steroids at me. Fuck. What the hell do I say now? You know, you bring in someone that cheated. What do I say? But if we're talking pound for pound list and the UFC is acknowledging what this man has done, there's not even a question. There's not even a question that Bones should be the number one.
Oh, Moss.
That's just my opinion. All right. I think we've exhausted this.
You have Bones' peen so far down your throat.
I don't. You completely missed what I said.
Bone.
You missed what I said, though. I said, like, this is crazy, man. It's just so nuts that I explain myself and I'm not understood.
Are you okay?
You know, this happens a lot on this show. The miscommunication. I just said that Jones is a steroid cheat. I said you have a valid point, yet I still have his cock in my mouth.
This is number one bullshit.
Oh, boy. Anyway, let's go to the next story. I'm sick of talking about pound for pound. It's a dumb conversation.
Tony Ferguson believes that Khabib will not stay retired, and he says he'll be fucking ready for Khabib when he comes back.
Oh, Tony, shut up. Like, shut up. God. I mean, Jesus Christ. I like Tony Ferguson. Seems like a nice guy, but this CTE.
Here's what he had to say.
He's got to chill with this thing.
According to the Bleacher Report's Jenna Ciccitelli, did I pronounce that right? Ciccitelli?
Cacciatore?
Tony Ferguson believes that he'll get a shot at Khabib Nurmagomedov, even though the latter announced his retirement at UFC 254. He said, "You're going to miss it like Conor McGregor. He's going to be back, so I'll be fucking ready."
I hope he is going to be back. I hope you're right, Mr.
He's not.
CTE.
This is number one bullshit.
He's not going to be back. The lightweights never got a chance to face off in the octagon. They were scheduled to meet at UFC 249, but Nurmagomedov could not travel from Dagestan because of the restrictions from COVID-19 pandemic. After he defended his title with a chokeout of Justin Gaethje at UFC 254, Khabib announced that he would be stepping away from the sport following the death of his father in July. He retired with a perfect 29-0 record, but Ferguson claims that his success is on account of Khabib's manager purposely avoiding certain fights. Ferguson said he kept Khabib away from very dangerous opponents. I mean, that's what an agent and a manager is supposed to do. Although he's a piece of shit, but I have to say, he did the smart thing. I mean, he avoided me at all fucking costs.
He called him a piece of shit?
Ali. He called Ali.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the Ali part.
Though Nurmagomedov said he promised his mother he would step away, Ferguson believes that he will be back and he's hoping for a chance at the champion. So basically he's saying Ali did everything he could to protect Khabib from tough fighters, including him. He thinks that he's one of the tough fighters that Ali was protecting Khabib from.
Tony sounds like he's trying to get back with his ex-girlfriend. She doesn't want to be with you anymore, Tony.
I think Tony's a little full of himself.
Move on, Kukui. Move on. And this is how I think they should move on. I put together we were talking about this on the previous show. Why can't I figure this out? Twitter's too complicated for me. This is what I see. Okay? Now, the Dan Hooker versus Felder fight, I know, if you want to mix and match or whatever, I think there should be a lightweight tournament. That's what I think. And I need you guys to retweet this. I need you guys to go over at the MMA Holes, retweet this thing. We need to get this thing out there. This has to happen. I know Dana White's not...
You didn't even tag the matchmakers.
Well, you know what? You guys could tag. I'm too lazy. We need this. I know Dana's not into tournaments and stuff like that. That's long gone with the UFC.
Well, they did do tournaments.
Could you fucking imagine, Jesse? You know what? If this was a pay-per-view, this is what I would want. Just make it 4 fights.
Yeah, this is a good tournament. I like this.
Make it 4 fights.
Although the Gaethje versus Oliveira shocks me a little bit.
What if we did this all the same night? Now we're talking real crazy. But what if it was an actual old school tournament where we completed the whole thing the whole night? You know? 3 fights. Think about that. Think about that, Jesse. Like the winner of Felder versus Hooker fights the winner of Gaethje versus Oliveira. Tony Ferguson versus Chandler. The winner of that fights Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor. And then after that, you have those winners.
I'll copy the link to that tweet and put it in
we need this, man.
And
put
put it in the chat.
Listen, I understand the same night's that's a stretch. But I still believe that we can do at least one of these. You know, one night, pay-per-views, throw them all together. Let's do it, baby. Let's fucking do it. That's how this should be. Khabib Nurmagomedov, who is a beast, a legend. I don't feel that belt should just be vacated. I feel like there should be a tournament for this thing. It's only right. It's respectful. Just throwing it up for grabs. You know, the winner of the next fight, it kind of feels empty. As much as I would love to see Conor McGregor just swoop in there and grab the belt quickly, this is the way to do it. This is the way you earn the MMA fans' respect. That's what I say over there, Jesse. Let's see what the chat says.
Jones, Adesanya, Khabib, Mighty Mouse, says Arioka. Two Joint says, I won't be bullied into tweeting a damn thing, bro. Moronic Emergency says Chandler gets KO'd by featherweights. Niall Flanagan Felder just fought Hooker, right?
Yes.
Saman says...
But it was close. But it was a controversial fight. That's why they should do it again. People were like, oh, that fight shouldn't happen. Well, let me break it down to you. That fight was very fucking close. And I think it went the wrong way.
Tourney time, that's what time it is, says Uncle Marker, as he says, why the fuck is Chandler in there?
Well, he was next in line to fight. He was on standby.
He was on standby, but he wasn't next in line to fight.
Well, who do you throw?
That's what bothers me a little bit.
Okay, but the next person is raging out.
I'm not saying he doesn't belong in this championship, but at the same time I am. Like, I get it. I understand the hype behind the guy. He was there to take the place of either Khabib or Justin Gaethje, depending on what happened. But at the same time, he doesn't really belong there. He's not even in the UFC rankings.
Yes, Jesse. Listen, what he did in Bellator is very impressive.
But that's a completely different organization.
Listen, on standby for the title fight was a little ridiculous, but throwing him in a tournament?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's just fine.
Listen, I'm not saying that this is a bad tournament. I like the tournament, and I like him there. But at the same time, there's a part of me that's like, why the fuck is he even there?
See this over here? 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 fighters. There's no rankings here. You're throwing 8 fighters in a lightweight tournament.
Of course there's no rankings because you have Justin Gaethje versus Oliveira.
Yes, that should happen. And the reason why I gave Gaethje Oliveira as a reward, that's why I did it. Gaethje was the #1 guy. Throw him on the lower guys on the list. That's why I did it. Now, listen, Oliveira's no layup. He's not a layup, but I gave him a lower guy on the list.
Oliveira thinks he deserves the lightweight title shot next.
If I give Gaethje, Poirier, or Conor, you just ask Gaethje to lose. This is a fair list over here. That's what I'm saying. This got to happen. Dana, what the fuck, man? What are we waiting for? Sheesh.
Your dream card full of full championship fights, says Saman.
No, that's not champ. It's a tournament, Saman.
So it's it's not. So
winner of the tournament. So basically, this would be round
Gaethje
1.
Is an interim champ, so that's a championship fight. And
there's no interim champs anymore, Jess. There's no interim champs.
All right. So
you know what you could do, Jess?
But you could have one of them fight for.
How about this? See, now this is turning into circus
make a bracket
shit.
out of it.
So no, this is the first round, okay? And then the next card, well, not the next,
is winner against
following
winner.
card. When these fighters are ready, then you do the winners versus winners, and you do that for 3 different events. Yes. But what about this? Now I'm really gonna lose you guys, but I'm gonna throw it out there anyway. What if, okay, these 4 over here. The winners of each fights each other, interim strap. The winner of these 4 over here, they fight each other, right? The winners of these 2 fights, interim strap. And then you unify it just to fucking get pay-per-view buys and bullshit. 2 interim titles on the line. Merge together for
then
one title. Like some bullshit marketing play. I don't like it, but what if you want to get the casuals involved?
So you're saying the winner would be the title holder and the loser would just have 1 interim strap?
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. The winner of Felder versus Hooker fights the winner of Gaethje versus Oliveira.
An interim strap.
No. Yeah. Those winners fight for the interim strap. And then these fighters fight for another interim strap.
And
then you unify the interim straps together.
Okay.
I'm fucking hard right now.
I'm trying to understand. For fuck's sake, shut up. So you're saying interim versus interim for the championship belt.
Yes.
So
let's have fun.
Okay. So then the one who loses the interim versus interim still holds his interim strap?
Nope. No. That's it.
So there's no interim
It gets merged into one beautiful belt. This is what we have to do. Listen to me. This is thinking outside of the box. This makes it interesting. Someone said WWE style. That's what it is.
It's not a bad idea.
That's what it is. Come on. Let's do this, baby.
Wonderful.
Think about all the stuff Khabib had to deal with leading up to the fight, yet he couldn't ever make it to Tony. UFC won't do that card without a crowd. Jones is number 2 until he wins heavyweight belt. Buy the baby something. Baby needs a massage chair.
A massage chair?
We got the Theragun for the baby. We'll just beat the baby with the Theragun.
We saw the baby
Thank
today.
you, John.
We did see the baby today.
Oh, yeah. That baby's flipping. We should show. Do you have any pictures to show them?
Yeah.
You guys want to see the little clumpy baby? Since you guys have been buying so much shit. Oh, we got a bunch of shit to open, too. But, I know it's fucking, Royal Rumble, Scott, let's do that. I'm kind of into this weird shit. Like, we're still going on with the pandemic. And I believe if you just leave the belt there for grabs and just have Poirier versus McGregor fight for it, the 2 guys that got smashed by Khabib, it just feels weird. But if you do something like this where it's earned and you make it a little fun, man, I see pay-per-view buys. I see craziness. Like it would be nuts. It'd be fireworks. And I think the fighters would get amped up too. I think it would rejuvenate, these fighters who have just been getting beaten up by Khabib. Poirier, McGregor, Gaethje, all finished by Khabib. Embarrassed.
Wonderful.
Why the fuck is Chandler in this convo? I lost all respect after he turned down Islam. Conor versus Justin, Tony versus Dustin tournament.
Conor versus Justin and Tony versus Dustin. I'm down with that too. If you guys want to do that, I'm down with that too. The only reason why I'm saying McGregor versus Poirier is I want to see the redemption. I want to see if Poirier can get that redemption on Conor. I think he deserves it. Now, granted, even he could still meet him down the road. I guess it could be a storyline. But why throw Justin Gaethje, Conor McGregor? Let's be honest here. I know a lot of people think Gaethje smashes McGregor, but could you imagine if Gaethje loses to Khabib, the number one contender, and then loses to Conor? That's just not fair. Throw him to Oliveira, a guy that he has a better chance of beating. That's why I say that. Or if you really want to do it, throw Gaethje to Felder or some shit like that. Tough fight, but Gaethje should be able to get the dub. I think Gaethje would smash Hooker too. If you want to do that, it's fine. But I wouldn't throw Gaethje to McGregor just because honestly, I think Conor would kill him. It wouldn't be it would just be doing Justin dirty. Jesse's getting the picture of the
Wonderful, wonderful.
Here comes Justin Jr.
How's a high chair? John's great man at heart. Can you brothers check my new fighter shout out is up top 15 lightweight at not the MMA holes. He beat Alexander Hernandez and Nasrat Hakparast.
Look at this. Justin getting us another shout out. Let's check it out, baby. Let's go to the Junior. Wow, that's cool, man. All right, here we go. Justin Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Drew Dober. Wow, Drew Dober. Look at that, Jesse. Here we go. Let's get, where's the volume on this thing? Look at Justin Jr.
Lightweight Drew Dober. I want to give a shout out to the MMA holes. Keep up the good work, Chris and Jesse.
Oh, hold on a second. Wow.
Wonderful.
Drew Dober.
So people are okay with Chandler getting title shots but have an issue with Khamzat fighting rank opponents?
Yeah, it's a little hypocritical, right? And here's the thing. If you throw Michael Chandler in a tournament, then he earns his way to the belt. Michael Chandler sitting on standby and then slipping in for the belt is kind of weird. But if you throw him in that tournament, I think it makes sense. Plus, you got to remember, those guys, it's a top 8 lightweights. And I think you could throw Chandler in the top 8. I think that's fair. Former Bellator champion. I think that's very fair. Thank you, Gamebred.
Hey, UFC lightweight Drew Dober. I want to give a shout out to the MMA holes. Keep up the good work, Chris and Jesse.
Wow,
hey.
Look at that, Jesse.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's very nice of you,
Wonderful.
Justin. Look at that. Drew Dober's like, who the fuck are the MMA holes?
It's in the email.
Who are the MMA holes? Wow. Thank you, Justin. Go subscribe to Justin Jr. or give him a follow on the IG. Justin_Dempsey Jr.
Wannabe Uncle Johnny Smith says Conor versus Chandler, simple and fair. Saman says, will Khamzat be UFC champion and when? I think he has a chance for sure, but it's all about, well, first off, I'd like to see him against Leon Edwards. I think that is a huge tell as to how good he really is. Thank you, brother Dober baby. He will fight Diego soon. If the Ellie has the face,
Whoa!
bro, we're gonna have a problem.
Jesse, it looks just like you.
Oh, thanks.
That's inside Jesse right now. That is going on inside Jesse.
Yep.
There it is. Is that a Juno's on this baby? What's going on here?
No, it's because it blurred because she brought her hand up to her face.
The Juno. Wow, look at that. That's Ellie. That's a little Ellie. She's kicking.
Yep.
She's partying in there.
I'm officially wearing Moss's pants.
That's right.
Because my pants are too tight.
True.
So I'm dancing around in Moss pants now.
Hell
Because I'm
yeah.
too cheap to buy maternity pants. So I'll just wear his.
All right. Let's move back in. Ellie's in the belly. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move back into the news over here. So we're speaking about a lot of things tonight, having a little fun here, hanging with the boys.
Hanging with the boys.
Hit that like button. Beat the shit out of it.
So Tony Ferguson, if we're going to stay on the Ferguson thing, is backing Jon Jones being the GOAT, saying he thinks he should be ranked ahead of Khabib. So he's kind of along with everybody else, I guess you could say. So yeah.
Wait, hold on. Jon Jones
He's
is
back. He backs Jon Jones in the GOAT
damn,
debate.
man. I can't believe I agree with him. This is bad, Jesse. If I agree with Tony Ferguson, I may have to reevaluate myself.
I mean, listen, Tony Ferguson is kind of on the same page as everyone else, I guess. If you're the one saying that Jon Jones deserves a spot.
Do you think his son Jesus told him this? Like he was the one?
I think Tony Ferguson's just looking to kind of get under Khabib's skin a little bit, hoping that maybe in some delusional hope that Khabib's going to come back.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's the plan. He was really cheering Khabib on with that win. Did you see that video?
Wonderful.
No. Fernando.
Chandler needs to stop being a bitch and fight Islam Makhachev. Chandler is a nobody and Islam would maul that clown.
Yeah, Islam might be Chandler. It's not impossible. Wow. Fernando coming in hot. Thank you, Fernando. Yeah, Islam, a lot of people like Islam. Think he's the real deal. There's a lot of Russians coming up, man, that are going to be problems for the rankings, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, so Tony thinks that. That's cool.
All right. According to MMA Junkies, Farah Hannon, or as you like to call her, Moss. What do you like to call her? The MMA Junkie Farah.
Oh, that's Marilyn Manson. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that girl.
Yeah, she was all over the place on Fight Island. Good for her, man.
Yeah. Khamzat weighs in on his potential matchups with Kamaru Usman and Israel Adesanya.
All right.
Chimaev is on the fast rise and may be just a few fights away from a title shot. Chimaev has steamrolled his first 3 opponents. Most recently, he knocked out Gerald Meerschaert in just 17 seconds at UFC and ESPN Plus 36 in September. 2 of his first 3 bouts were contested at middleweight, but he will return to 170 pounds once again when he faces streaking top contender Leon Edwards in the main event of UFC's December 19th event. Willing to compete in both weight classes at the same time, Chimaev isn't sure which title he'll get to contend for first, but is confident he can take both welterweight champ Kamaru Usman and middleweight champ Israel Adesanya. Usman is a good fighter, he says, but doesn't have the knockout punch like I have, and he doesn't have the wrestling like me. What is he going to do? If I do my hard work in the gym, nobody can beat me in the fight.
Yeah, we got to keep him in the welterweight section and work his way to Usman. And I know that's a quick path going to Leon Edwards. I still think the Mike Perry fight would have been a lot of fun, slowly bringing him in there. But I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't be excited about seeing him fight Usman. And you got to think Usman's foaming at the mouth, too. I'm sure Usman's rooting for this man to win because, think about it, Usman doesn't move the needle. But if you put Kamaru Usman, the defending champion, versus a Khamzat Chimaev, well, that just makes things a lot more interesting. So I believe that Usman will be rooting for Khamzat to beat Leon Edwards, to get right in the mix, and it could be a big payday. At this moment, I got Kamaru. And at this moment as well, I hate that I'm saying this. Now, I'm not picking him right yet, but Leon's in the lead. I think Leon should beat him. I hope he doesn't. I hope Chimaev wins, but I think I'd be stupid to pick Chimaev.
Yeah. I'm going to have to say Leon's going to win this one as well.
I don't understand how people forgot how good Leon Edwards. You know, Mark Goddard was raving about Leon Edwards and what this man can do and his relentless training style. The win streak the man is on. The guy is really, really good. Only lost to the champion. It'll be tough to pick against him.
Hector.
God, I hope I'm wrong.
Guys, this is business. You've seized big money in Khamzat and picked Leon for a good matchup for a win. Colby and Jorge is fucked cause Khamzat will be ranked 3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if Khamzat jumps in there, Colby could forget about his... Yeah, what the hell's going on with that fight?
Colby, so...
Why didn't they fight?
After he won, Colby got silent. Like, fucking quiet. He talked mad shit, and then he got quiet. I haven't heard anything about Colby since that fight. So, I'm thinking Colby's gotten a rude awakening that now he's up. And I don't think he's ready. I think that's why he's been so quiet.
You think he's hurt or something? Or maybe he's waiting for the election?
Hurt. I think he's waiting.
I think Masvidal, too, is not ready either. I think these guys are wrapped up with this whole election thing.
He's
the
partying. Guy's all bark, man. Listen, I'm off the Masvidal thing. I think it's so fucking stupid, honestly. Usman, though. Usman would be fire with Colby. That rematch.
But don't you think Khamzat versus Usman is the fight that Usman wants?
I would think so, yeah. I think, but here's the thing: Usman doesn't know. Well, we don't know even if Khamzat's ground game is as good as Colby's yet. We haven't seen enough of him. So for all we know, Khamzat could be better than Colby.
Imagine Khamzat runs through Edwards in the first round, like he's done with everyone else. That'd be nuts.
Here's a championship idea. Line the inside of the octagon with fighters, then blindfold them all. Yes. Then let them all fight till one's left.
Yes. Yes, let's do that.
Put a cage around
I'm in.
them.
Where can I sign up for this? Thank you, Uncle Mark. Man, I'm a little nervous though. If Khamzat loses this fight, I'm gonna be really bummed. And I think he's going to. It sucks because I'm on the train.
I'm not yet. It's gonna take a little more.
Man, what do you guys think in the chat? Khamzat or Leon? It looks like the whole Mike Perry situation. It'd just be too difficult to pull off. Although I would love it. Who are you picking? Khamzat or Leon?
Uncle Champ says get on the Khamzat train or get off. 209 John, his name is Marty. Stop calling him Usman. Drew Becker says Colby will smash Jorge. Jorge fought Usman like a numbnuts. Arioka says Kumite. Khamzat says Izzy. Two Joints says tournaments should be all the fighters eats JBH casserole and see who's alive at the end. Wah, wah. Uncle Champ says I've been on the Khamzat train. Rat Lips, my man, says Uncle Marker. Uncle Rogelio says Khamzat is going to maul Leon. Niall Flanagan, you got to go with Leon. Uncle Gavage says hope Khamzat wins, but Leon is no joke. Aunt Ann says, I am on the hype train of Khamzat. Ryan Baldwin Edwards going to drown. Steve Sparks says, leaning Khamzat. Khamzat is decent, says Moronic Emergency. Simon says, Leon's grappling is not good, so Khamzat. Zen Creation says, Leon's last win was against an old rad by decision. Khamzat kills Leon. Nutting Uncle Squid says, Leon is super underrated. Happy Days, Leon by TKO. Smesh 2.0 says, Scott Kipple. Kevin from Chicago says, Kumquat by decision. Wannabe says, I want to see weigh-ins. Then I'll decide. Okay. That's fair. What's the next story? What else we got? All right, Mas. Junior Dos Santos versus Cyril Gane has been added to UFC 256. Nice. This is a great fight, Mas. Multiple people with knowledge of the promotion's plans confirmed to MMA Fighting that Dos Santos and Gane will square off at UFC 256. The event takes place December 12th. At the UFC Apex in Las Vegas. Dos Santos is 36 years old, Moss. December 12th. Yeah. That's the same card as the Khamzat fight, right? No. No? Khamzat is December 19th. Oh. So many fights. Gane is 29 years old. UFC features 256 features 2 world title fights, including Amanda Nunes defending her featherweight title and Megan Anderson in the main event, and Peter Yan's first bantamweight title defense against the headliner Aljamain Sterling. So, yeah. Okay. There you have it.
Wonderful.
Jeremy spoken.
Yufk knows what they are doing. Leon is picked perfectly to lose to Khamzat. His wrestling is not there. May I remind you, Khamzat was Gustafsson's main training partner before he was even a pro.
Yeah, he's still training with him, apparently. He still hangs out with Gus.
Well, we've seen before, like when people are training partners and stuff like that, that doesn't mean that they're as good as anybody else, you know?
Man, I think people are forgetting how good Leon is. I mean, maybe the layoff will be something that might be a problem for Khamzat, but I mean, what happened to our on air? I'll fix that. I just feel like if I pick Khamzat in this situation, well, maybe, who knows? Right now I'm Leon, but like someone said in the chat, the weigh-ins, that says a lot. If I see fear in Leon's eyes, I am going to go right back to the Khamzat train.
Man, this is why I don't like watching weigh-ins. I think it's the wrong way to go. Because you can't. How are you gonna anticipate? How are you? Oh, you can see it.
You saw it, Mearshart.
Mearshart is not Leon Edwards.
I'm saying any human being shows
also,
it.
Mearshart got fucking knocked out by Khamzat. I think he knew Mearshart that he wasn't gonna win that fight. I think Leon Edwards is different.
If I see Leon trembling one bit, I'm right back to the Khamzat train. I gotta wait, but right now I'm Leon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Leon.
Is Leon an underdog?
I don't know. You're gonna have to check Tapology on that one.
All right, we'll do that as the fight approaches.
It's in the eyes. JBH says Uncle Champ.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't always.
It says a lot. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this beautiful specimen.
Wait, go check the betting odds before we get to the new.
No, we'll wait. We'll wait until that fight gets closer.
All right. So Conor McGregor. Speaking of betting odds, Moss. Conor McGregor has been favored to become the next lightweight champion.
Oh, of course. Well, here's the thing. If they don't do this tournament that they should do, then yeah. He's pretty much going to do it.
What happened to Leon Edwards? I was looking forward Khamzat versus Leon. That's a good fight. I don't know about Perry.
No, nothing happened to Leon Edwards. Robbie Lawler got injured, so Perry's looking for a new dance partner, and he's trying to call out Khamzat. But Khamzat's already set to fight Leon Edwards.
Yeah, so to the new people jumping in, or people that, or anyone that's just jumping in right now, And thank you, Roberto. Mike Perry, loses Lawler, and he's just like, he wants Khamzat. Let's go. I think it's a great thing. Honestly, if the Leon thing wasn't on the table, if contracts weren't signed, both unranked fighters, I think the winner gets into the rankings. I think Robbie would get bumped anyway. And it's smart because Khamzat will slowly go in the way he should. An unranked fighter jumping up, fighting the number 3 Leon Edwards could be great, or it could be incredibly traumatic. I was making the joke earlier, and I'll say it again. The same people that are saying, I am so happy about this fight, are the same people are going to say, well, how could they match make a guy like Khamzat against a number 3 ranked fighter? Like, the same people are going to be torching the UFC. So it has a great benefit if Khamzat wins, but if Khamzat loses, what does that say about the UFC?
Wonderful.
Doesn't say anything about the UFC.
Doesn't look good. Bad luck.
Look at any of Leon's past fights. Does any of them look like they can beat Khamzat? Leon is a one-dimensional striker.
Oh, man.
This is an easy win, trust me.
How do you know when you've seen literally 40 seconds of a man's fights? Like, how much total have we seen of Khamzat Chimaev?
Also, Leon's ground game is phenomenal.
Oh, fuck. Here's Mikey. Here he comes. Here he comes. Mystic Roots. He touched me. Touch me. Wow. Touch him. Touch Perry. Oh. Woo. Yeah. Everybody dance. Touch. Come on, baby. Touch him. Look at him dance. Are we going to lose the Mike Perry fight? Wow. Wowzers.
Mike Perry.
Yeah, but I hope he doesn't get yanked off that card. He probably will. Do you think they find a replacement? Since Khamzat's probably not going to be the guy.
Can you go to the listing real quick? I don't see who would be an optional replacement for Mike Perry.
Well, unranked. Why are you going to give him a... I mean, you gave Robbie, right? But chances are the next guy they would give Perry...
Where does Robbie stand on the
Robbie's 15.
rankings?
Thank you,
15.
Mystic Roots, CBD.com. Promo code MMA-HOLE. Thank you. Sorry.
So UFC's probably not going to go any higher than Robbie, right? On the...
yeah, Robbie's 15. So... give him Nate.
Who do you give? What?
Nate, come on in.
Nate's not even coming back.
Don't cut weight. Fight at, fight at like a weird ass catch weight fight.
They're not going to go any higher than Robbie on the rankings.
No, Khamzat makes sense. It made sense, but he's all tied up, unfortunately, with Leon. So yeah, the point I was making before to Joker is we don't have any UFC fights. We don't have enough evidence. And people saying, oh, you could look at his tapes before the UFC. Does that really say anything? Really? I mean, you want to compare a guy skipping all the way to number 3. You need some UFC proof. Now, maybe Khamzat is the real deal. Maybe this is a gamble that they're right to make. But if he gets just completely pieced up by Leon Edwards, it's a bad look, man. I hope he doesn't. But it's a bad look.
I was just thinking... No, never mind.
What were you thinking,
I
Jess?
had this weird like theory. Okay, let's just talk about Conor real quick.
All right.
So according to Eddie Mercado from Bloody Elbow, your favorite Moss, the UFC is left without a lightweight champion following Khabib's retiring. The names available to bet on include former champ Conor McGregor, plus former interim champs Dustin Poirier, Tony Ferguson, Justin Gaethje. Also on the list, surging contender is Charles Oliveira, Michael Chandler.
Wonderful, wonderful.
UFC will not risk the Khamzat hype train on Leon lol. They will risk it for Usman on PPV. Those matchmakers style pick fights for fighters to win. If Khamzat can GM3, he can do it to Leon.
Okay, what do you think? That's Mikey coming in. Okay.
Leon Edwards is a different fighter than Gerald Meerschaert.
They are risking it, though. They signed.
Yes, it is a risk.
It's a done deal.
But he's going to be up against a completely different style than Gerald Meerschaert. Mearshart went into that fight really dumb, if you ask me. He
Well,
played
no,
in the
they're
range
saying-
too quick. They're saying that if he can knock out Gerald Mearshart, then he can do it to Leon Edwards. And I disagree. Their styles are
Hold on a
completely
second.
different.
If Khamzat can KO GM3,
then
he can do it to Leon. Wow.
And I don't agree.
You do realize who's GM3, by the way? Is that
Gerald
fucking
Mearshart?
Mearshart? Mearshart got who? GM3. What the fuck is going on with that? Mearshart was knocked out. What? How many months before that fight? He was recently knocked out before
Well,
his chin was already done.
He also played in the range with Khamzat way too quick.
Guys, Leon is a very good striker. He is a really good. Now, it's just crazy, man. I hope you guys are right.
Yeah, I did pick GM3, Justin. That was probably my worst
Oh, you
pick.
did, yeah.
I picked GM3 thinking that he was gonna excel in the ground game, and I fucked up. I should have never made that pick.
Man.
And after seeing that, I have a different feeling about Leon Edwards.
I really hope Khamzat wins this fight. I hope I'm wrong.
Wonderful.
Reminder: people were really big on Mickey Gall at one point, and look what happened with that. And shout out to Michael Anzalone, whose birthday would have been tomorrow. Love you, brother, and the MMA holes miss your comedy gold.
Yeah,
we actually have Mikey's birthday in our calendar, our phone calendar.
Oh, man. Yep. Thank you, Uncle Gavage. Appreciate that.
Wonderful.
Shout out to Mikey Anzalone, the GOAT. Back to this Khamzat and Leon Edwards. Let's go to Leon.
Oh, look at all the Mikeys in the chat.
Leon.
Look at his little face. I never get
Leon
old.
Edwards. I think Leon Edwards is a product of a lot of people not liking him, you know? I don't know. Maybe because he's a Brit. Okay, Dos Anjos got the unanimous. So people are talking about his last fight being a unanimous decision. It was RDA, former champ, right? I mean, okay. He got the split on Gunny. Gunny could be problematic. Donald Cerrone got the unanimous. So you guys are saying because his last 3 fights are decisions, he can't beat Khamzat. And I see a guy that could outstrike Khamzat. I mean, Khamzat's striking looked good for the 3 punches he threw in his last fight. He did knock out a man that literally fought how much? What was the gap between Mearshart's fight before that?
Wonderful.
7
2 months.
Yeah, it was 2 months. Pretty much.
You guys
almost.
think Game Bread stock went up or went down with his political view of the conservative? Now I think him and Colby are really buddies, just trying to get paid.
Yeah, I think so too.
Did his stock go up or down with his political view?
Did
it?
No, I don't think it. I don't
Did
think it really
people
matters.
jump off or on the train with his support of Trump?
I don't know.
I'm sure.
Man.
Like, I'm sure there were probably people who jumped on the train and jumped off.
I think he's still a rock star. I think he's fine.
A rock star?
Yeah, that's what Jorge is. Jorge's a rock star. He's not a fighter anymore. He's a rock star.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even consider that, to be quite honest.
Why isn't there a fight? Why do we not have a date for Jorge versus Colby?
I'm telling you, because I think Colby's waiting. I think, like, right now, Colby is, like, it was all talk until after he won his last fight.
Super chat.
Niall.
Hey, what up, Niall? Thank you.
Wonderful.
For the sticker. $5 sticker. Thank you, man.
Colby
Appreciate
talked mad shit until he won against Woodley. And I think he got a rude awakening that now he finally has to face the people he's been talking shit to. Because he was talking mad shit to Woodley, saying he was going to beat Woodley. He won. But I think he since he trained with Masvidal, he has this interpretation he's going to win against Masvidal. Masvidal hasn't said anything because he's been doing his own fucking political thing or whatever. So everyone's just stayed quiet. That's what I think. I wouldn't be surprised if the UFC told them to stay quiet.
Well, hold on
to
a
like
second.
hold off on calling each other out.
Uncle Rogelio. I mean, I'm with Uncle Rogelio. I honestly think their beef was never beef. I think they're cool. Here's what Uncle Rogelio said. In an interview today, Colby... What?
Said.
Oh, said. Okay. He only wanted to talk about Masvidal, so yeah, they're buddies.
I don't know. I believe in the beef. I believe there's something going on.
I think it's a little fabricated. I think they're all right. Plus, they're both supporting the same guy.
But did you ever think that maybe it was a real beef, and then after they got like in close quarters with the whole Trump thing, that they were forced to kind of commingle?
Business, man. It's business. Uh-oh. Sound the alarms. Sound the alarms. Oh, it's the Roots. The Roots are on fire. Ants alone. Michael Ants alone. Oh my God. Ants alone.
watch out, here he comes with the wrench friend. Heart and soul of the holes, Mrs. Steely girlfriend. Time out trolls, welcome to the dead end. Cock so big that you can't even comprehend. Bust and grow, making bitches moan on the timestamp throne while the chat room stones. Hold up, save the show for the tales will be told about Michael Angelo.
Mikey.
I started taking part in this community about the time Michael passed.
Oh, man.
May all my holes live on in perpetuity.
Wow. Thank you, Mystic Roots.
I spoke to Michael's mom, Dottie, the other day.
You talked to her?
And she's doing well. She sends her love. She didn't know we were on the second channel. She had no idea what was happening. She was looking for us on the main channel. And so I sent her a link over here, so she'll be watching over here.
The great one. Whoa. Look at this guy. Not this guy's not the great one. There we go. That was a goddamn. There is Mikey.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The best. Fucking Zane Simon.
Fuck Colby and Jorge, sick of these guys who don't want to fight. On the other hand, Khamzat has many ways to finish Leon. Leon has never finished anyone. Can you honestly see him lasting 5 rounds with Khamzat?
Man, yeah, I do. If a guy knows how to win by decision, has all this experience in the UFC, is a very good striker, and can fight on the ground as well, yes, the answer would be yes. Do I want to see that happen? No. Wait, hold on. This is Chimaev. Anyway, Chimaev, the point I was making before with Chimaev was Mearshart. His last fight, he got cracked. Where is it? All right, here's Khamzat. His last fight was, it was like 3 months ago. 3 months before, he got fucking...
Against Heinisch.
Ian Heinisch, the drug smuggling mule man.
Which he hasn't really like
Ass coke.
Heinisch is good, but we all thought he was going to be like this massive...
It was kind of a letdown, Ian, a little bit.
He didn't really run through people the way we thought he was going to.
I am rooting for Khamzat. I want Khamzat to stay unblemished. I want to see him fight for the belt. And this man as a champion with Khabib gone would be fantastic. But I think what happened with Leon Edwards is watching him get beat up by Jorge Masvidal in the hallway. All of a sudden, everyone thinks he's a can. I think that's what it is. It's the only thing I could go with here. I mean, look at the guys he beat. I mean, he beat some decent guys. You know, listen, Cerrone, when he fought him, was 2 years ago, so it was a little bit better for Cerrone. RDA, former champion. Gunner's tough. You know, he's not a champion. He's tough. Sabota, Barberena's a tough dude. Vicente Luque, we know that guy's is a beast. Tumanov and Waters. So, I mean, the last loss was Usman. And then before that, 2 wins. And lost to Claudio Silva in 2014. How old's Leon? Let's see his age. He's only 29.
I'll be right back. I got to go check the Instant Pot.
I don't know, man. I just think people are just not a fan of him. Which I get. But, damn, Khamzat's got that. He's got that push, man. People love him. Listen, I'm on the Khamzat train, but to push him up to number 3, I am very excited to watch. Don't get me wrong. It's just tough for me to pick him right now. It's really tough. Leon is overrated, not according to Mark Goddard. Mark Goddard says he's the real deal. And he would know better than me. Look at Cowboy. Poor Cowboy. When was the last time that guy got a W? Poor Cowboy Cerrone's eating a Leon. Like, that's the picture. They couldn't put anyone else up there. They had to put poor Cowboy. Man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, how could I not? You know what, though? Even if he beats Leon, if he smokes Leon quick, I still got to pick Usman. As much as, like, when it comes to I said I'm on the Khamzat train until he gets those top 5 guys, and it's gonna be a little tough for me. You know, it's gonna be really tough for me to make, completely say that this guy's a champion. Usman, it was very simple for me to say many moons ago that he was gonna be a champ. Coming out of the Ultimate Fighter, I was like, this guy's legit. Like, he had everything that said champion. And we were on that train. You know when you get that feeling like this is the guy? I had the same feeling with Conor. But with Khamzat, I feel it. I feel this guy's very special. I just don't see him beating Usman. And it's tough right now. Maybe I'll change my mind, but it's tough for me to see Leon and beat Leon. All right. But people love the Khamzat. They think he's the next best thing. Chat room all fired up. Hell yeah. Eat it, Moss. What am I eating? Knock it off. Leave my cowboy alone. You will, Moss. I'll take Leon over Jorge. That's interesting, right? Leon Jorge. That's the fight that they should have put together. I don't know what happened with that. I want to watch your reaction to Khamzat win versus Leon. I can imagine the jaw dropping of, oh, yeah, man. I mean, Khamzat has shocked the hell of us out of us. Even though I picked Khamzat in the last fight, it's just shocking what he can do.
Yeah. Air freer ninja. That's what's up. That's what's for dinner?
That's what's for dinner.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Let's see. Moss, thanks for grinding and keeping the MMA whole community going.
Why, thank you, 78.
Thanks, Moss.
Thanks for the grind.
You're doing such a great job.
I know. I appreciate it.
Oh, man. Why is there a save the show clock? No, it's not active. It's just there.
Wait, where's it? Oh, it's
Wonderful,
on the...
wonderful.
Yeah.
I got to take it off.
Usman and Khabib are on different levels. Leon is good. But UFC is purposely putting Khamzat there cause they know the chances of him winning is very high. They won't risk a future investment on Leon. And you're right, I still think Usman beats Khamzat.
Yeah. I wish I was wrong. Usman is very, very good.
Yeah.
He may not be fun to watch. He may not be smashing, but he dominates. All right, let's move on from this. I feel like we've been talking about this forever. Let's go into the next story over here. All right, Khamzat being, what do you think? Over under Khamzat. Conor. Same thing,
I
right?
say Conor's next, yeah.
Do you think he'll be the next champ?
I'm thinking so.
Put everything on the line here, Jesse.
I've got vibes that Conor may be the next one.
It's all set up for Conor. But okay, here's my next question then. If Conor finds a way, whoever they put in front of him to, if it's Poirier or Gaethje or whatever, if he finds a way to win the belt, what does he do? Does he defend? That's the real question.
So for Conor to win the championship belt, he has no choice but to defend.
Well, he does. He has
Conor
no choice whatever the fuck he wants
at this point in his career, because if you think about it, there's a lot of shit going around about whether or not Conor's going to hold on to the belt. It would make no sense right now for the UFC to put him in a position to win the title if he has no intention of defending it.
So here's where I disagree
Andy also
with you.
said, I will carry on, not I will win the belt and vacate.
I hope you're right. I hope Conor
carry on.
wins, and I hope he defends, because the only argument that everyone has, besides his outside the cage antics, but within the octagon, everyone says, well, he's never defended. Here he has a chance without Khabib there, who is light years better than everyone else. If Conor wins that belt and defends multiple times, or what about this? What if Conor beats Khabib's record and defends the belt 4 times?
He could. Well,
what in the holy fuck? Oh, shit, there he is! There he is! He's here! He's here! He's in the building! What timing? Oh, my God! Ah, yes!
Proper Irish whiskey. Yes. Proper 12.
Conor is the next champ.
Wow.
That is all.
Damn, Uncle. Thank you.
Yeah, I might be with you on that.
Listen, say what you will. You may not like the guy, and that's fine. You could like whoever the hell you want. If Conor McGregor wins that belt and defends multiple times, we got a problem here. The Conor haters are going to be in deep shit. You know what they'll say, though? They'll say, well, he could never beat Khabib, so he's not really the GOAT, man. You couldn't beat Khabib, man.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Can't believe I'm going to die without seeing Khabib versus Conor 2 frown.
Ridiculous.
Can we push for Conor and Khamzat as the second best
I told you
team?
that wasn't going to happen. I
that's
told
not
you
happening.
Khabib Conor 2 would not happen. Khabib had no interest in
God, I did want to see the
anything with
rematch,
Conor.
though. Even if Khabib smashed him. I still want to see
Khabib didn't
it.
want to even be around him.
He's scared.
He's not scared.
He left.
Conor disrespected him and his family so much that why would you want to? You beat him? All right. Like, move on.
Let's be honest. Once the GSP fight was gone, Khabib realized, I better retire 29-0.
You're just trying to poke my buttons.
I better retire 29-0. That's okay. 30-0 could, who cares? It could kick rocks. Because I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight Conor so bad that I am not going to go for 30-0.
Yeah, so he just made the ultimate decision to completely retire.
Man, oh man.
Get out of here.
That's why Khabib is not the pound-for-pound greatest. Could not take the rematch. He couldn't do it. He is not even going for 30-0.
Stop acting silly.
Oh my
All right.
goodness.
Tony Ferguson tells the UFC, don't pay anybody more than me except Conor. According to Bloody Elbows' Lewis McKeever, Tony Ferguson won't return to the octagon for anything less than a big payday. El Kukui hasn't fought since his 5th-round TKO loss to Justin Gaethje, and although he's on tap for a return against former Bellator champ Michael Chandler, Ferguson won't accept the bout unless he's paid what he's worth.
Tony, you don't bring the fucking eyes. What do you?
Robot 12.
Oh, he's back! He's back! Oh my God! The $30 donation from Uncle Mark. Oh no! Pissing everyone off.
Proper on this whiskey.
It's proper time, baby. Oh man.
Did I mention Conor is the next champ?
Oh man, there are people so heated in this chat room right now.
Oh,
Mark.
it gets worse. It's gonna get worse, Moss. This is nothing. Wait until it actually happens and Conor is coming back to the octagon and it's announced. It's gonna be a mess. People are gonna be coming into the chat. They're gonna be fucking hating hard.
I can't wait. I am going through major withdrawals right now. Losing Khabib is big because that's big numbers, man.
Wonderful.
Guy's a draw, and losing him it's terrible.
Whatever you say about Conor, he gave Khabib the most trouble outside of juiced up Gleason.
That's right.
I see Conor destroying Justin and Tony with his precise striking.
That's right.
I honestly see the toughest test for Conor being Chandler, a gritty wrestler with GR8 striking.
Conor starches. He starches that little roid man, Chandler. He starches Gaethje. He may have a problem with Dustin, but I think he's going to get in his head before the fight. Oh, boy. You're going to see McGregor back on the throne. And still, people are going to fucking lose their mind. There is going to probably be suicides out there, Jesse. People are going to commit suicide.
Stop it.
Because they can't handle.
Let's talk about Tony Ferguson, Moss.
But he's talking about Conor, Tony.
Tony? No, he's not. He's not. He said don't pay anyone more than him except Conor. He's not talking about Conor.
Because he realizes real here. First of all, Tony Ferguson, like I said, he's not a draw, so he's not going to get paid the big bucks.
He is a draw.
He's a great fighter.
Not as big a draw as Conor or Khabib.
You got your ass kicked by Justin Gaethje. You got your ass kicked by Justin, man. Come on. Why are we paying you the big bucks? You got your ass whooped.
Well, here's his way of talking about it. He says, don't pay somebody more than me. Don't pay anybody more than me. If you're going to pay Conor more than me, I understand that. But don't pay anybody fucking more than me in this division, especially a new guy like Chandler. I've earned this right. I've started from the mailroom all the way to the fucking beginning. I earned my right through Fuel TV, Spike TV, Fox, ESPN, all the switches between Reebok and losing sponsors. Who's their main fucking guy that stays here and has been the same fucking guy that started with cringe and became an asshole and then fucking became cool and then I'm a genius?
This guy's out of his mind. In fairness, he did devote his hairline to the UFC, so that's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So that's what he said.
He's a genius. He's a self-proclaimed genius. You got to love Tony.
Yes. Yes, Niall Flanagan. I'm in my 4th month now. We are 4 months pregnant.
Let me throw this at you, Jess. If Tony Ferguson battles his way back in the mix, and he's right there, let's be honest. You know, a win, he's right back in the mix. If Tony Ferguson gets the belt, does that entice Khabib to come back for 30-0? Do you think? I mean, listen, I don't think so, but what would happen? Maybe he's just taking a little break.
Khabib's not coming back. That's ridiculous.
Robot 12.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Conor's back in the mix! Yes! Mark! Yes! Oh, my God, everyone's flipping out! Proper!
Yes! Robot 12.
Oh, that donation's going to piss some people off.
Fook the mailroom.
Fook the mailroom.
But he's a genius.
Wow. Mark's feeling it tonight, man. Thank you, Mark. Wow. 3 proper 12s. Holy shit. God damn it. Everyone cheers Mark in the chat. Whether you like Conor or not, I mean, that's pretty generous. All right, back to Tony.
Well, no, that's it. He's a genius, and he deserves to get paid what he's worth. He put in all the hard work, and a newcomer like Chandler doesn't deserve more money than he does.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Well, yeah, he's right about that. He should be paid more than Chandler.
Stop talking about my son coming back to fight. It's not going to happen. I said no and Khabib listens to mommy. I'm the one who told him to hide from that Tony Ferguson fella. And McGregor would have beaten him in rematch. My boy no lose to McGregor.
Man, you're a fucking hater, man. She said she didn't want him to do this without his father. Out of respect.
What do you mean she? That was Khabib's mom. That was him.
Out of respect.
I mean her.
Don't fucking hate, man. Don't hate.
Habib's mom. I am humbled right now that Habib's mom actually watches the MMA holes.
Stop it.
Could you freaking believe that?
Don't enable this cruelty, Moss.
Habib's mom, I am a big fan of your son. This guy, listen, he is in the conversation for one of the greatest of all time, for sure. I mean, look at his resume. Guy's been smashing everyone. Last 3 fights, last 3 defenses, he just got better and better. Dominating. I am humbled by your presence, and I appreciate your company.
Get the fuck out of here, Moss.
And you're damn right your son listens to you. Wow. I was blinded by that donation.
Dominick Reyes versus Jiri Prochazka is expected to headline UFC event on February 27th.
Tell me that fight does not give you, Jesse, even without a dick, doesn't that give you a big boner?
I fucking love it, Moss. I would have rather see Prochazka versus Rakic, but I'll take this fight. This is a good fight.
Why did this just happen? So Dominick Reyes, poor guy, man. You know, it just didn't work out for him against Blachowicz. Blachowicz was definitely the better man that night, and now you have Dominick Reyes coming off of his, 2 in a row. Unblemished fighter now, 2 in a row. They throw him against a kid that I think could be the next fucking champ. Oh, my goodness. Poor Dominick. He's about to go 3 in a row with the L's. It's a great fight, though. It's really, really good. Completely hard.
Great fight.
Veins just flowing.
Although after the way Reyes got knocked out in his last fight, it's going to be interesting to see how Prochazka goes into this.
That's so much fun.
Prochazka's a weirdo, man, but he's got great knockout power.
That's fun, man. Wow, and talk about bumped up, huh? Where's Prochazka sitting?
Where's the
rankings? Where is he at?
I know this, Moss. Let me. I'm going to say he's number 10.
I got to piss.
No, I'm wrong.
I got to piss like a horse race.
He's number 6.
Whoops, hold on a second. Oh, I'm getting confused here, man.
Stop. Go down.
Where's the light heavies?
5. He's 5. I was close.
Jiri, do we still have a picture of his belly button, or did they fix it yet? Let's see.
I think it's still his belly button.
Oh, there it is. Shout out to the UFC. He's got a beautiful belly button. This fight is not going to suck. Wow, Dominick, poor guy. Poor Dominick Reyes. Who wins this fight?
Prochazka, I would have to say. But I want to say Dominick Reyes because I love Dominick Reyes.
You love it? How could you love this man? He's on a 2-fight losing streak,
But
Jesse.
I still
get off
support
that.
him.
Nah, when they lose, you got to get off the train, man. That's how MMA fans work. You can't listen. Once they lose, you're off.
Yeah, not me.
They're dead to you.
I think Prochazka's going to win, but I would love to see Reyes win.
Okay, looks like some Yuri's in the chat. Oh boy, here we go.
GSP and Ben Askren have been set to guest star on One Championships edition of The Apprentice.
Oh.
What?
Someone log me in.
According to MMA Fighting Newswire, a pair of welterweight champions are coming to The Apprentice. One Championship announced Wednesday that 2-division UFC champ GSP and former One Championship Ben Askren will appear as guests on a special edition of the long-running reality show headed by One CEO, Chatri Sityodong, or however you pronounce his name.
The One CEO's hosting it?
So the One CEO is hosting it. And this
Proper
is
12. Proper Irish whiskey.
Uncle
Proper
Marker.
12.
I'm leaning toward Conor being the next champ.
All right, Uncle.
Wonderful.
Uncle Mark is leaning toward Conor being the next champ. There you go. Again. All right.
Oh, I missed another one. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I can't believe I missed that.
So if you scroll, you can see the tweet there.
Oh, that was great.
Breaking news, please.
It just so happened I was touching my penis when he donated that, Jesse.
Yeah. Breaking news, please join me in welcoming my good friends GSP, Renzo Gracie,
How
and
is this-
Ben Askren to the cast of The Apprentice. They will join me, Demetrius Johnson, Angela Lee, Brandon Vera, Sage Northcutt, Xingnong Xiong, and Ritu Fogat.
Hold on a second. Well, I will be watching this. I like The Apprentice. Although I didn't watch the Schwarzenegger one. I watched the Donald ones, and they were hysterical. The Celebrity Apprentices were great. This is like out of left field.
It's great.
It's on CBS?
This is on...
It's got to be on some no-name network.
This is going to be on... Let me look.
Hey, Mr. President. See Sage Northcutt over there?
It says it has a tentative air date of early 2021, but it does not have where it's expected to air.
Who the hell's going to watch this other than MMA fans? Like,
I will watch.
But, I mean, regular Joe Schmo is not going to watch this.
It's a good way to get people in MMA.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hey, watch The Apprentice.
We are having Conor over for dinner tonight. He's bringing his proper 12. Also, he's going to be the next champion. That is our plan.
Wow.
Wow.
The
Khabib's
disrespect
mom.
is unreal.
Habib's mom. Thank you, Habib's mom. Damn, they're having Conor over. It's nice to see that they all made up, you know? This is bizarre. Does this not seem really weird?
I mean,
is this...
I like it.
But how does this work? Like, I feel no one's going to watch this besides MMA fans. And
I think anyone who enjoys The Apprentice is going to watch, but I feel like this is a good way to get people into MMA, you know? People who like The Apprentice, they want to learn more about the people who are on there. Oh, who's this person? Let's look it up.
oh, shit, boobies are coming in. We got some boobs. Boob, 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 boob.
Hey, I can see your underwear. Put your boobies in the air. Fapping like I just don't care. Can I lick your pubic hair? Snap a picture, time to share. Choke my meat vision impaired. Filthy mind, I need a prayer. Pervert cameraman beware. Pervert cameraman, show them tits. Pervert cameraman, $10 tip. Pervert cameraman, Ariel Celeste. Pervert cameraman, show them breasts.
Boobies.
He is going crazy.
I still like the boobies.
He
Thank
still
you.
likes the boobies.
Wow, Mark is crazy, man. You think this is fake?
No, it's not fake, Moss. Why
But
would
there's
it be
no
fake?
channel that this is going to be on? Or?
No, because it doesn't have an air date yet, and they're waiting to see how you can watch it. So it's still early. It's just an early announcement. You know?
I would watch this. I
Me
like
too.
The Apprentice. But I just don't see how other people would watch this.
I do.
Okay.
Some people like The Apprentice just for The Apprentice, you know?
Yeah, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem... Man, it's weird. It just seems bizarre, but okay.
Last but not least, Gavin Tucker versus Billy Quarantillo has been booked for UFC 256, which is on December 12th, Moss.
Oh, that's great. You know what? I've been wondering
Well,
what was going on with
there's always
Gavin
got to
Tucker.
be that one announcement in there, Moss. That
Man, Gavin Tucker. Let's go, baby.
Oh, God. Now, before we end the show, Moss, that's our last news topic. We do have a couple gifts that we have to open today.
Whoa, hold on a second. How do we end the show without talking about Anderson Silva versus...
Uriah Hall?
Yes!
I don't have any news on them right
Well,
now.
let's talk about it real quick. I mean, we're reacting to it for Fook's sake.
All right.
This fight going down. This could be Anderson Silva's last fight. I believe, Jesse.
Yes.
I can fly.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Drunk Gabbage.
Got another hot date tonight, guys.
Nice.
Whoa!
I'm gonna do sex to her.
Nice.
I mean in a Witmahock inside a Virginie thingy. And then drink a 12 of Michelob. Cause I'm a stud, and if you don't believe my exploits, you're a hater. Yo 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 yo.
That does not sound like the real Drunk Gabbage.
Yeah.
That was a little mean, guys.
Oh, man. Yeah, it sounded a little off. But all right.
Yo, 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 yo.
Wonderful.
Evil Bill, I know you're in the chat. Just want to say my vagina is ready for you, son, and it smells wonderful, wonderful.
Wow.
Hillary when wet Clinton.
We have Habib's mom, Hillary Clinton here.
Fake
Evil
Drunk
Bill.
Gabbage.
We got them all. They're all in attendance tonight. Yo, 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 yo.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. Okay. Where do we go from here?
Where do we go?
All right. So Uriah Hall versus Anderson Silva happening on Halloween. What are you doing in the chat? Will you be trick-or-treating or will you be watching this? I mean, some people, have things to take care of on Halloween. The UFC putting an event on Halloween, Jesse. Do you find this to be disrespectful to
a little bit of a nuisance?
Halloween?
I was looking forward to handing out candy this year because we finally have a house and kids are finally going to be trick-or-treating.
Well, that's not happening.
But
we'll be here.
I'll be leaving candy out on the front porch so we can watch this. That's my plans.
Speaking of candy, Anderson Silva looks a little bit like a milk dud. No?
Wonderful.
What the fuck?
He does. He looks like a milk dud.
A milk dud.
Yeah,
Those are actually one of my favorites. I love milk
Anderson, the milk dud Silva. No, Anderson's. Yeah, milk dud's your favorite. Anderson Silva is one of my favorites. But he does look like a milk dud.
Oh, God.
It's kind of weird.
A milk dud. Is it because of his bald head?
Yes.
Shiny.
That's exactly what it is. Anderson Silva. What happened to Anderson Silva? The last win was Derek Brunson. That wasn't really a win. But they gave it to him.
I saw something on Twitter
Wow.
about if you were to completely nix the last chapter of Anderson Silva and just called him the GOAT after he beat what's his face?
Oh yeah. Listen, he has 10 losses, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
Stephan Bonnar. If you were to nix that last chapter and just end his career after Stephan Bonnar, he would have been.
Oh my goodness. This guy, if he Habib'd right here, could you there would be no conversation. But what happens is he stayed on for this. And by the way, this fight versus Chris Weidman the first time, I mean, he was fucking around in this fight. Like, I feel if he took this a little bit more serious, he would have beat Chris here. And it would have been an interesting, turn. This literally just changed everything. And then you had the whole, and by the way, he beat Michael Bisping too. And the Daniel Cormier fight, he took on short notice. He shouldn't have fought Daniel Cormier. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, Jesse.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about this. The only thing was that Jared Cannonier, he legit finished him.
Adesanya did beat him.
Adesanya, this fight over here, even though it was unanimous, it was bizarrely close. And
Adesanya was being easy because
maybe.
It's a legend and he had respect for him.
Maybe he did seem like he
Adesanya
was wide-eyed.
him.
But still, if you think about it, he still went unanimous decision with the guy. Okay? Which is
respect.
A pretty big accomplishment, right? Derek Brunson, this was a loss. They gave him the win. Daniel Cormier, this fight should have never happened. Should have never happened. It was just ridiculous. They threw it together because he's just like, hey, let me step in. Michael Bisping, he fucking beat him. It's ridiculous that they didn't stop the fight when they should have. This Nick Diaz no contest, let's just forget about it. It was the most retarded thing I've ever seen. You got the Chris Weidman where he breaks his leg. You have this one where he was fucking around. I mean, it's bizarre how one thing can just completely change the whole dynamic of his career. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah, if he stopped at Bonnar,
then he could be...
And just Habib'd it and just rode off into the sunset.
Yeah, he would be...
There would be no argument. Anderson would be the GOAT. He would never pop for steroids. And that's it.
Yep.
It's crazy, man. This guy is a legend. I don't care. No matter what, this guy's a legend to me, and it's going to be sad if he retires. I think, though, if by some craziness...
He is definitely retiring after this.
If he knocks out Uriah Hall in the first round, mark my words, he is not retiring.
He's definitely retiring.
If he knocks out Uriah Hall in the first round or submits him or whatever,
then that's just a good way to go out.
Nope, he will not retire. I'm telling you right now.
He's retiring.
But and that's probably not going to happen. The guy's 45 years old, for God's sakes. But if it does happen, I think the guy hangs on. Uriah Hall, by the way,
is going to be a tough opponent for him.
He should beat him. Yeah, Uriah should look pretty good in this fight, but I have a feeling Uriah is going to be one of those fighters that are wide-eyed as well. There's going to be a lot of touching gloves and respect and hugs and all that bullshit.
Yeah, because he's fighting a legend.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll see what happens here.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good card, Moss.
It's going to be emotional. The Spider will be crying in the cage, retiring, gloves there.
He's not going to cry.
We're going to lose a legend. We're going to lose a legend. He, unlike the BJ Penn thing, like BJ Penn was like, please go away. Anderson Silva, I still have that funny feeling. When I saw him fight UFC 208, by the way, I was in the building for Anderson's last fight. Last win, I should say. Excuse me. Even though he didn't win that fight, and it was a terrible fight against Brunson, I was in the building for that. I could hang my hat. I was in the building. How about this, Jesse? You ready for this? GSP's last fight, UFC 217, in the building. Anderson Silva's last win, in the building.
But not Anderson Silva's last fight.
Well, last win. GSP's last win, Anderson Silva's last win, in the building.
Not if he wins tomorrow.
And I will never go to another UFC event again. That's it. I will be here on the MMA Holes. And I could always say I was in the building.
I remember you missed the,
UFC 208 and 217.
Fight Buddies for UFC 217, and I took it over. That was my first Fight Buddies. I took it over for UFC 217.
Yes, that is correct.
Yep.
It's a good card.
Very good card.
In the building for both of those fights.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I would like to see Anderson end his career with a win. That'd be fun. But I don't think that's going to happen. It's going to be nostalgic. The Spider, his last dance. Look at the rest of the card. Over here you have Bryce. Oh, fuck! He's back again! He's back, Evil Bill! Holy smokes! It's Red Panty Night!
Proper Irish whiskey.
Ah, yes!
Proper 12.
Oh, my. Evil Bill?
Uncle Mark seems to think Conor is the next champ.
Uncle Mark thinks that, Jesse. All three of us in the same boat.
Yeah?
There's a new sheriff in town. Name is McGregor. Thank you, Evil Bill. All right, Mitchell versus Andre Fili. I don't know where I'm going with this one. You have a pick on this?
No, I haven't even made picks on any. I got to do that all tonight.
I don't know what I'm doing. I kind of want to stay with the undefeated, but Andre's tough. He's touchy.
And Feely.
Touchy, nasty. Touchy versus Thug Nasty. This is a really, you just flip a coin here. It's an odd co-main, though, right? I mean, I guess they deserve it. They're both pretty decent fighters. Muradov versus Holland. Mr. Kevin Holland back in the mix.
I like Greg Hardy on the card.
Here's Gregory. Gregory versus Maurice Green.
That's going to be a good fight.
Maurice Green is a can, though.
I mean, not really, no.
This guy is, you don't even know where his eyes are looking.
He lost to two heavy fighters.
This guy's a fucking can. This guy, oh my God. Put everything on Greg. Greg's going to smoke. He's going to hit him so hard his eyes going to go straight.
He's been exposed lately, so.
This guy's like 20 feet tall too, right? Yeah, he's 6'7". Oh, this guy's, oh man. This is an easy one for Greg. Greg's going to run through this dude. Bobby Green versus Moises. Okay, I like Bobby Green. And Moises. Ooh, tough. Alexander the Great Hernandez back in versus Grutzmaka. Chris Grutzmaka. Is he German?
Oh, my God.
Alexander the Great versus Chris Grutzmaka. Right? That's how you got to say that name, right?
Yeah.
Grutzmaka. What else we have here? Adrian Yanez versus Victor Rodriguez, Strickland Marshman, Whit Williams, Jacoby, Justin Ledet, Courtney Casey. All right, who cares?
Yeah, it's going to be little moments, but
We'll
I think
have
the
fun.
card is going to be all right.
I mean, how could you not have fun when Grutzmaka is fighting? All right, anything else you want to talk about, or are we getting out of here?
We got to open gifts. Yes,
yeah.
people sent baby gifts.
Hit the like button, peoples. Hit the like.
Gifts.
All right, so Jesse has been blessed.
I am with child.
With child. And as I put the child in her, I yelled, Grutzmaka!
That's a lot.
Everyone's favorite part of the show, gifts.
All right. Here we go. Luckily, they're not like big boxes this time. Oh, Moss!
What? I didn't get you anything.
Enjoy your gift. Keep drinking that Pick Her Goat Milk, Ellie. Wonderful, wonderful. Ellie, when you get close to coming on to this earth, don't kick your mom too hard or too much. Moss and Jesse, you will be the best parents. From Tom.
Oh, Tom? Wait, Tom? Is that Carper?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What up, Carper?
Here we
go. It's pretty late for him.
Moss, it's like one of those little step-by-step bottles. You know, like it's a 3-stage. They grow with the bottle.
Nice. It's green, so it's
Wonderful,
unfortunately you can't
wonderful.
see it, but that's awesome. Justin.
Everybody in the chat, I finally have hair on my balls. It feels wonderful. Evil Bill, I have a cousin named Dipshit Larry. I would love to chat with you guys. I think our cousins.
Wow.
That's nice.
All right.
Oh, God. All right. Thanks, Justin.
What an announcement.
Oh, I think it's from Nicole.
What an
I think
announcement.
this is from Nicole.
Grutzmacher.
Nicole. I used to read this book all the freaking time.
Oh, shit. What the fuck is that? Is that a naked kid on the bathroom floor?
I'm pretty sure this is from Nicole.
This is fucking unsanitary, Nicole. Get what? Love you forever and a kid sitting on a shitty
it's from
piss
Nicole.
floor? Nicole, what are we doing here? What kind of example are you setting for our kid here?
It's actually
Putting the
a really
kid on the
popular
freaking
book.
Oh, okay. That's actually really nice. Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah, and look what she got us, Moss. Uh-oh.
Little overweight son of a bitch on the floor. Oh. What do we got here, Jess? What is that? That's a hat?
Little hat.
Oh, that's
with
cute.
Little matching pants.
Adorbs.
And a little long sleeve onesie.
Oh, what does it say?
Newest addition to the family.
That's pretty wonderful one.
Look at the
Wonderful, wonderful.
Look at the hat, Moss. That's so freaking cute.
That is, put it on. I think that'll fit you. Put it on the bun. Wear it on the bun while you open the rest of the presents. Can we talk about Justin's ball hair again?
Thank you, Nicole. It's a wonderful gift. It's
Wonderful, wonderful.
wonderful, wonderful. Man, you guys are too freaking generous. It's crazy. Okay. All right. Here we go. The #1 uncle strikes again. Figured you could use this on the go. Khabib gifted Conor the belt with his retirement from Uncle Savage. Boss, we're getting gifts here. Take it seriously. All right, what is this? What is this? This is great. It prevents flat heads, Moss. So your baby doesn't get a flat head. It's a little pillow, and your baby's head can develop.
So he doesn't look like a
hole.
stop sign, or she looks like a stop sign?
Flathead is a real thing.
So is flat earth.
And if your baby gets it, they have to wear a helmet.
Well, listen, that is very nice.
This is great.
I don't want cars stopping when my baby's strolling by.
This is wonderful, Drunk Savage. Thank you. I'm not having a flathead Ellie, Moss.
Yeah. Flat.
All right. Oh, this one's heavy.
Little pancake head.
This one's heavy. Okay, let's see. Ah. Oh.
Do you pull a tit? Let me get that for you.
Just punch myself in the boob. All right. I don't see a note. I don't see a note in here. I don't know who this is from. Oh, this is cool, Moss. Baby sign language.
Oh, wow.
Now you're gonna have to learn. It's like it teaches them how to, like, instead of like crying and stuff all the time, it teaches them how to communicate what they want. You know how like they can't talk?
Actually, I could do sign language right now. Hold on a
This is
second.
actually gonna come in really handy. Will you fucking take this seriously?
What am I saying, Jesse?
Oh, it's from Uncle Gavage. It's from Uncle Gavage, Moss.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you, Uncle Gavage. It will be used.
Why, thank you.
Next time Ellie is on stream, she'll be using sign language to communicate what she wants, and Moss is going to be ignoring her.
I would like to learn sign language.
This is actually really good.
You know, all New Yorkers know sign language, though. We all speak with our hands.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me see some. Oh, God. They're not too stupid to understand sign language. It's actually a great communication form when the baby can't talk.
It is great.
Oh, I know who these are from. Uncle Savage.
What is that?
So, he told me he sent these.
Oh, the pops.
And I have 1 million of these.
Yeah, she likes to suck on them.
I have 1 million. And they do
Wonderful,
work,
wonderful.
but sometimes they don't work. It just depends on the day. But these are a great gift because I will definitely use these. I have 1 million already. So, I'll definitely be using them.
Noise.
Okay. All right.
This is Jesse's baby shower that's going on over here. Thanks to the community. Really appreciate the support. It's kind of crazy
One more.
that you guys are so generous and gals. That is pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool, man.
Okay, now we have... this is from Jay and Bree Reyes.
Oh.
All right, here we go, Moss. Ready?
Yes.
Oh, there's 2 things in here. Moss is going to hate this. He hates this thing. He
What is it?
saw our sister-in-law do this with his nephews. And he does not like this, Moss. Ready?
Oh, yeah.
The nose Frida.
Oh, yes. I'll practice on you after the stream.
You use it to literally suck out your baby's boogers like a straw. But it's not actually going into your mouth. It just goes into the tube.
Yeah, we should make that a Food Court Friday. We should put it on the wheel.
But
and the loser has to suck the snot out of the winner's nose.
Moss
You want to do that on Food Court Friday? You want to put that on the wheel? That'd be hilarious.
No, this is a baby. What is wrong with you?
That's all right. It'd be funny. We'll practice.
Oh, my gosh.
What do you guys say in the chat? Hit me with the ones in the chat if that should be on the wheel.
Oh, God. Moss is going to love that thing.
I'll stick it in my ass, and you can suck the nuggets out of my ass.
Oh, they got this. I saw this was off the list, and I got so excited that someone got this. Ready? Ready, Moss? You know how Uncle Savage got the food processor? Well, now we have recipes for organic baby food to use it for.
Nice.
So now we can mix things together in the food processor. It all ties in. You see, Moss?
That's beautiful.
See how all the gifts tie together?
It's actually very thoughtful, Jess.
Yes, very thoughtful. Thank you, Bree and Jay Reyes. This is going to come in a lot of handy. I can't wait to start making baby food. I'll be a whole new chef, a baby chef.
Well, you got no choice now.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Wow.
Thank you guys so much for the gifts. You guys are... I just want to fucking squeeze all of you guys. Gah!
She God. Thank you. Appreciate it. Seriously. That is actually really cool, man. Thoughtful gifts for the little one
so awesome.
that's trapped inside her belly. We got to see her today, and it was nice. I heard the heartbeat. And I'm like...
That's what it sounded like? Yeah, he actually did that.
Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Jesse will be live. Oh, by the way, Nick Newell's fighting tomorrow. Would you... What time are you doing the fight briefing?
If you're about to tell me that you want to do a fight, buddies.
No, I wanted to see Nick fight. I could... Actually, Gegard's fighting tomorrow. He's fighting Lima.
If you're about to tell me you're doing a fight reaction, I'm not doing fight briefing.
Should we do... All right. It's got to be one or the other. Do... Nick Newell. The one-armed Nick Newell is fighting. Should we do... We got to do one or the other.
Just do the main card, then.
Yeah, but I think Nick's on the pre... Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, we know it's a girl 100%, Uncle Champ. I went to the doctor today, and I asked him, I was like, are you sure it's a girl? Because I had a weird dream it was a boy. And they're like, yeah, these blood tests are never wrong.
Yeah, I think I'm more excited that it's a girl than her.
No, I am excited it's a girl. It's just still a shock factor because I really expected it to be a boy.
She's like, damn it.
No, listen, I'm super excited because I get to dress her up now.
Musashi Lima. Yes. What? There's only 3 fights in the main card? What the hell is going on here? Is that right? Yeah, Nick's on the prelims. If there's only 3 fights in the main card, Jake Hager's fighting too. Henry Corrales versus Brandon Gertz. That's interesting. It's got something on here. Some things. How many fights are here? 10? It's a short night. Look at their website. What's up with the... Is it all on YouTube? But that's what Nick was saying. I just like... Bellator has been so bad lately that I kind of just don't want to waste my time, but I want to see Nick fight.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't say I wish it was a boy, Uncle Gavin. I'm very excited.
Yeah, there's only 3 fights in the main card. What time does this thing start? Okay. October 29th. I can't believe Halloween's right around the corner. It's crazy. 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So that would start... Wow, it would start really early for us, right? What is that? 1? No, 2. 2:30 it would start. The prelims.
Why would you do the whole card?
I just want to see Nick.
Nick Newell is.
Yeah, Nick is fighting 1, 2, 3. He's 4 fights in. It's a tough fight for him. Yeah, he's 4 fights in. Throw Nick in that tournament. Why isn't Nick headlining this thing?
Why don't you watch Nick off air and just react to the main card on air?
What time? All right, so yeah, this will be done before fight briefing. I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. By the way, this is happening tomorrow, and maybe we'll be live. We'll see. live on CBS Sports Network. What the hell channel is that? I know the prelims will be on YouTube. Where the hell can you find it? Where is that? Do we have CBS Sports?
I don't know.
I don't even know where to find that channel. Let's go to more info.
We'll figure it out, and then you guys will find out tomorrow, depending on you'll see what's scheduled. Whatever is scheduled is what we're doing.
Yeah, we'll do something. Just hit that notification bell, whatever you do.
Yeah. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. I don't know what time, and I don't know for what, but tune in tomorrow, and like Ma said, hit the notification bell, and you'll see what's going on. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for the gifts. I really appreciate it. I'm sure Moss really appreciates it. You guys are helping tremendously, more than we ever expected. And thank you for the constant generosity with donations tonight. Thank you for joining us. And as always, don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole. Yeah!